Because we want to protect our asses from crybabies, salty bitches, and lawsuits, we want to remind you this show is rated M for mature individuals only. That means if you're easily offended by graphic language, griefers, or full frontal nudity, please disconnect now and get the fuck out. Thank you, Mario, but the good podcast is in another castle. I know you want this body, but you just can't have it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Remove from Play, the show where we remove ourselves from the culture and hobby we love to discuss it. And what is that culture and hobby? Video games. Video games. Yes, it is Tuesday, September 16th, 2014. It's episode 122. And yeah, we're back for another week of talking about video games. Got a lot of new setup going on here. I'm Mac. That's Eli. Hello, Eli.
Hello.
I did the wrong one. I'm Mac19. I press the buttons, and I have a lot of new buttons to press, and hopefully, with all this new equipment, things don't go too bad. We had definitely a little trouble setting up the show, but hey, it happens. And joining us via Skype, we have Elena. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing this fine week?
I've been busy. Very busy.
Yeah, actually, we should say how you've been doing this fine last month and a half, or a month, or whatever it was.
Yeah, sorry about that. Long explanation. I'll tell you later.
Yes. But you've been quite busy, so hey. And you like Fall Out Boy, apparently. I never knew this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, that's a little random there.
This shirt
Like,
is
how
from
did
my
you know?
teenager, young teenager years. Please ignore it.
13 years old.
Oh man. Aw. Oh well. Hey, you still like them?
The ones I used to listen to for nostalgic reasons.
Oh.
This shirt was actually a freebie too, so.
I see. That old chestnut. They got too mainstream.
Probably, actually.
Probably. That's always Eli likes to talk about the topic about how does a band go mainstream and they lose their credibility. That's always been a topic you've always liked to discuss,
I
right?
think it is, but I have not discussed it in a while, so I've forgotten all my points.
Oh, I used to do my research, but then I got high. I went to
Hey.
college. Yes, but then we also have Eli joining us.
Hello.
He's lonely over there.
Yeah.
Yes, he's
Aw.
quite lonely in
Poor
the
Eli.
in the empty studio room, which is getting a new floor. So, Eli, can you describe how chaotic it is around here? Pretty
Yeah, it's
crazy.
pretty messy. It's messy, but there's no furniture.
Yeah, because in the Remove from Play Mega Scorch Studios, we have throw rugs and throw pillows and throw couches, and we have a monster mini bar and everything because we're just hooked up, and all that's gone. It's all
A
gone.
monster mini bar.
Yeah, monster mini bar. All the Monster Energy drink you need to consume, we have.
Nice.
Totally. Nice. Yes. So we have a somewhat interesting show this week. We're talking about a little bit of news, pretty much just the Minecraft thing. No Games Spotlight. We're talking about the games journalism talk this week. We've been putting this off for a little while.
Gamersgate.
Yeah, it's a little bit of Gamersgate, a little bit of what's been going. Of course, the Zoe Quinn thing that started off, and then mostly the topics about Gamersgate at this point. That's what everyone's been still talking about, which is weird because if you think about it, if you count the stuff from the very beginning with Zoe Quinn, the thing that debatably sparked it, that's been going on for 2 months, and nothing usually lasts that long on the internet. So it's kind of something serious, and we have to talk about it at this point. So yes, that's what we're going to be talking about mostly this show. Yeah, so hopefully that will be a fun topic, which it probably won't be, but will actually kind of be very sad at the end of it. But hey,
Really?
Weird.
or weird, yes. But let's start this bitch off like we always do. What games we playing this past weekend for Elena, past month? Actually, let's start with you, Elena. What have you been playing? Or you not been playing? Or you just been playing Sewing Simulator 2014?
Actually, I have been able to play a couple of games. I picked up
Whoa,
Mystery
really?
Investigations. Yeah.
Whoa.
One or
Oh,
two.
there you go.
in my downtime when I'm watching the kiddo and I can't. So obviously it's hard to keep pins and needles around the baby. So I picked up Ace Attorney Investigations, the Miles Edgeworth game
Ooh.
from the Phoenix Wright series, Ace Attorney series, whatever you want to call it. And I actually got a hold of a Smash Bros. 3DS demo code too. So I've been playing that with my husband.
Jeez, can we talk for a second how those things spread around like fucking crack? Like everyone who like didn't even care was like, oh well, the Wii U sucks and all this, but I you know, like Smash Bros. What, there's demo code out there? Yo, dog, I love this game. Come on, give me that demo code. Give me that demo. They became fucking Nintendo crack addicts. People who never like were super serious.
There's actually been like a whole thing about people breaking their 3DSs, the Circle Pad Pro.
Yeah, in Japan. Yeah.
Playing too
Well,
much
no,
Phoenix
even
Wright.
here, like the 3DS, like people have been breaking their freaking Circle Pads just playing the demo for it because people are starting to wonder if the 3DS's integrity was not meant to stand that kind of use.
No, I don't think it was at all. It's a cheap little nub.
Can't even support a game about being a lawyer. That's intense. That is poorly made. That is
Yes.
poorly made. I don't know how much movement there is in those games. I always thought it was just like reading back and
No,
forth.
she's talking about Smash Brothers that did that,
Oh,
not
yeah,
the Ace
that's-
Attorney.
I thought it was about Ace
Yeah,
Attorney.
the Ace Attorney games are just text-based, but
Yeah.
you know, and
Yep.
mechanic and
They definitely
actual,
break on
you know,
Smash.
thinking. You actually have to, you know, think about what's going
Thinkins.
on in it.
You got to do the
Smash
things with the
Bros.
thinkins.
You gotta read.
Gotta
Stay-
read.
Yeah.
Can't
Gotta do the
read.
thinkins.
The Ace Attorney series is actually pretty difficult. If you miss a clue, you're screwed.
Yeah. Sherlock Holmes, eat your heart out.
Yes.
Yeah. So how you been enjoying the demo?
Actually, I really like it. Of course, I get to play it with my husband, so I have a little bit of advantage.
Ah.
Because I have a play buddy, and you know, it's good. There's only a couple of playable characters. You get Mega Man, Link, the Villager is a playable character in the demo, and
Hmm.
then there's Mario and Pikachu.
Ah, yes.
Mega Man is kind of hard to control because he jumps just like the old Mega Man games.
So his
Doesn't
physics
really
are slightly
translate
different.
well for a fighting game.
Yeah, his physics are slightly different then.
Darn.
Yeah, and he doesn't really have a very good regular smash. It's just a little pew pew pew, and
Oh
it's
man.
very
But
weak.
that Ultra Smash, whatever it is, or Final, whatever fuck it is, it's like all the Mega Mans.
Yeah, that's really cool. I love his Final Smash, but at the same time, it's just kind of. I mean, there's better ones out there. I mean, it's nice because you don't have to aim it too much. Like not like Link's where you have to get like, right beside somebody and then pray you hit the right buttons.
Yeah,
Pray.
Link's
Uh,
Final Smash things.
Yeah, I suck at games by the way, so I don't know all the terms and everything. But he's just his hard hitter attacks really are not that really hard hitting to begin with. They're kind of hard to pull off because I think everybody has like do they call it a double smash where you've got to hit forward twice and then hit the smash button?
Yeah, I don't know if that's. I don't think. Yeah, that might be what it's called. Her side smash.
Yeah,
if I can-
but the thing is we can't control them with the control pad. It's just the circle pad, so you're gonna miss it a lot because the circle pad is a little too smooth. It doesn't go click click one way. I can go click down and click up and never. It's very hard to get it to go side and press a button to pull
Well,
those off.
How's his down B?
his down B.
Oh yeah, it's a rocket.
Pretty cool.
Oh wait, Eli
it's not
rocking out
bad.
the houses down B stuff. Look at that.
No, it's only because I
Yeah.
had a friend in college that was really into Smash, and he was obsessed with the down B.
It's all about how good the down B is, man.
He was
I'm a
really-
pro
yeah.
Smash player.
Yeah, it was
Well,
annoying.
oh no, wait. There's the down B from when he's in the air is the rocket, and the down B
Ooh.
from when he's on the ground, I think, is where he kind of does this little spin thing. Like you remember how you remember Link's total BS tornado move?
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting indeed.
Very interesting. Yeah, you know, it's pretty cool that they're bringing it on the mobile. But honestly, if you're gonna be a hardcore Smash player, you're gonna be playing it on the Wii U. So that circle
Yeah.
pad thing won't be a super big problem. I think that's the only problem now, because people are like, "Oh, I'm so excited! Must play it competitively. Must figure out everything."
But yeah, it should still be better
Yeah, the
built.
competitive players probably, but I mean, for people like us who we only ever could afford the 3DSs and we can't get a Wii U quite yet, I mean, it's still nice to have it.
Mhm. Of
And
course.
handheld players are usually more casual anyway, so we're not going to be like the competitive people.
But they definitely, you know what? I definitely agree with you though, Elena, that they probably didn't think that circle pad be that abused, so they didn't plan ahead. But hey, Maybe with the new,
not.
I bet you $20 the new 3DS fucking whatever it's called will be able to handle it way better.
Yeah, they'll probably like make
Probably.
the stick on the
That
inside
would be
shorter.
my guess. That would be my guess if that's the only reason they're even releasing another 3DS model.
Nah, you know what? The
Like
reason they're
that.
doing that because they totally like the Apple model. They've been doing it for years. Look at 3DSi. Remember that? People ate that shit up too.
3DSi was my least. DSi was my least favorite of the releases.
Yeah. But how about you, Eli? What you been playing? What you been up to? What has been tickling your fancy in the gaming world right now? What games?
Well, this past week, I don't think I actually played anything. I've just been watching Let's Plays on YouTube.
Whoa, Eli, watching LPs. Whoa.
Yeah, I enjoy them. I know some people don't.
Watching
but,
the PewDiePie? Or?
No, not that kind.
Good.
Toby!
I've
Toby
just been
Turner,
watching-
maybe?
No, I don't like those kinds.
Oh, you don't like the war between the two big ones? I see how it is.
No, I don't like the way that they edit, and their videos are short and annoying.
They got to make money.
I've been watching this guy called Ale Chestbreach, and he's been playing Fallout New Vegas because I like Fallout. I've been into that.
Yeah, you've been playing that a lot lately.
Yeah, and I'm still gonna keep playing. I downloaded a bunch of mods for it that I'm gonna install at some point and play with those. I got Nevada Skies, which is gonna make nighttime actually dark. Nighttime really isn't dark in the game; it's just blue.
It's like it becomes dusk pretty much.
Yeah, kind of. It's like 7:30 p.m. kind of light. You know, it's in the summer. No, in the autumn. Like how it is now at about 7:30. That's how it is about in Fallout at midnight. It's pretty bad. I also got a bunch of interior mods. So all the houses that are boarded up in buildings, you can now go inside them.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's really useful because it's so annoying how like that you can only go in like I don't know, probably 20% of all the buildings in Fallout. There's so many that just you can't go in. And then they
can't
even
go in,
add
yeah.
it. They're even adding doors and stuff. And there's a thing called World of Pain, enhanced camera that you can see your body when you look down.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Getting
yeah.
fully immersed in this world.
Yeah. There's and there was a few. Oh, there was an anti-crash one because Fallout New Vegas loves to crash for no reason. I thought I just since I was running it off a external hard drive, I thought that's why it was crashing.
Nah, you know what? It's probably coded shitty.
It is. It's coded poorly and it crashes for
Probably
everybody.
because it probably was designed as a console game first and
Yeah,
then ported
yeah.
over badly.
That's exactly what it is.
It's shitty. Like that's the whole problem in general with gaming right now. Hell, that even back then, like that was like a couple years ago. It's been like that for a little while.
Indeed.
The PC Master Race always gets the shaft on those console ports. They never try. They never try.
Yeah, what's up with that?
They don't. Oh, there's the inherent. Oh man, people are just gonna pirate our game if we put it on PC.
I
There's
mean,
no
like all the
point.
controls work fine for Fallout on PC, which I don't play with. I have a controller because my computer is up on a desk and it hurts my back to like use a mouse and stuff.
Yeah, you're like you become Frankenstein. Ugh.
Yeah, it's like it messes up my back at the top, and I'd rather not do that.
Yeah, you need your back.
I need that for
Lifting things.
laboring.
Laboring.
Yeah.
That sounded weird.
I need that for laboring. You got how many babies you gonna labor? Or you mean labor like lifting wood?
I meant like lifting stuff.
I was gonna say, is there something you need to tell us, Eli?
Yeah.
I'm pregnant
I'm pregnant.
with a food baby.
The food baby is made out of raisins and chicken.
Ew. And I'll be passing it.
Oh my god.
Is it fun when you degrade yourselves like that?
Oh god. I love that. I'm gonna use a soundboard more now too. That I know that everyone can hear it. I love it.
It is. It's quite nice.
So it looks like you've been having fun with Let's Plays and downloading mods.
Yeah,
That's
it's gonna
that's
be.
gaming, right? That's
It's
the new form
kinda
of gaming.
It's
That's the
kinda-
new Dear Esther. That's the new Dear Esther right there. All you do is download mods and watch people play games. It's called an interactive experience.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be fun once I start playing them again. Since I'm doing my Legion let's playthrough, whatever playthrough, and I'm gonna be evil. But then I'm gonna miss out on a lot of content from the mods. So I'm gonna have to play it again.
Oh,
Yeah.
yep.
'Cause,
Multiple playthroughs. That's it's all about that
it
shit.
has replayability. There was a. Oh, I might eventually buy Crusader Kings 2. I've been wanting to play that for a long time. It looks
Mhm.
fun. I also want to get Age of Empires HD edition
Mm-hmm.
because I've been wanting to play that for a long time too. So maybe within the next few months, I'll be saying I've been playing those a lot recently.
Yeah, I know with the Age of Empire one, people said that it really is just like a straightforward HD upgrade.
Yeah.
But they actually apparently did add some mechanical enhancements to it, which made it
Oh,
more
really?
modern RTS, which I
Ooh.
hear is always a good thing because some of the older RTSs, they didn't age so well. Like not being able to do hotkeys and like
No,
some
you
other
could
things,
you
like-
could hotkey in.
Well, how many hotkeys could you get?
You could have like up to 8 or 9.
Yeah, well,
but they were-
nowadays you can have unlimited. You could make it
Really?
anything, and you could do control hotkeys, and like there's a lot of things you could do.
hopefully they're better because I remember I didn't know about the hotkeys till like almost when I was done playing the game.
Oh,
when
God.
I like
How
updated
are
my
you?
computer.
Well, you were playing campaign though, right?
I was playing against the computer as
All
well.
right, then you were probably fine.
Yeah, for the most part, because my internet just has never been good enough to play online games on the computer.
I think you need to, you're making some money now. I think it's time to buy your own line.
I think I should.
Be like, I want a T1 line.
I
Sir,
rather-
that's a business T1 line. That's like thousands. I need it. I need it.
No, I probably do. But I just rather like move out at some points and just not have to deal with like, all right, hey parents, I'm gonna get this internet cable and it's gonna be running from this room to this room. Oh my God, you can't have that there.
Oh, no, you can't have
You
that.
look at the house; it's so ugly now. And
Hey,
there's been
Tom, it's worth it. I promise.
no, I believe it. I believe
No,
it.
no. Eli
But-
would hoard it for himself. He doesn't want them eating his bandwidth.
Yeah, exactly, because they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They bought Wi-Fi.
One time he's gonna be downloading porn. They're gonna watch Netflix. He's like, I'm downloading porn. How dare you watch Netflix?
Yeah, you're slowing me down. I
Slowing
need
me
to fap now.
I would love if your parents ever watch this one day. They won't.
Yeah, I hope
They
they
won't.
don't. There's so many terrible things that have been said already that
Are you ashamed of what you said on the show, Eli?
only if someone heard it, you know.
I like that one a lot, by the way. I like our cheesy drum thing.
Yeah, the
Whatever.
boom,
What's it called again?
rim shot.
Rim
Then,
shot. There you go. The dump. I like the dump part. We'll call it the dump.
Dum,
Rim shot. I think. That's
yeah,
cool. Oh, that's cool. So you've been playing some. I have been playing Heavenly Sword.
no one cares.
Streaming. Oh, no one cares. All right. Well, fuck that then. No, but
Female
seriously.
God of War.
Yeah, the female. Hey, I wish it had the controls God of War did.
Oh wow, is it really? Oh,
That was a fair comparison back in the day. Oh yeah, so far it's okay. I've only played an hour into it. I was streaming it last week. Been playing Heavenly Sword. So far, I've enjoyed it. I think I like the setting of it the most so far. But the controls are okay. You have your attack and then your attack and then you actually use your stick to dodge. It's really shitty. It was an earlier game, so it has all those gimmicks of the 6-axis in it, where they were like, "Oh, look at this! What you can do with the 6-axis." I'm like, oh god, like they had this cannon scene. If anyone played that, the cannon scene early on, you had to use the 6-axis to aim and shoot in the control. It was fucking horrible. Oh my god. Yeah. Like I hated that beginning shit where you had to like. I just hated the gimmicky shit in the beginning. Like when they did that for the PlayStation, hated that. But hey, so far it's okay. But God of War female version's kind of a fair critique of it.
Indeed.
so
I
far.
got a question about the 6-axis.
Yeah.
Do they have like I know the way that I play a lot of like shooter games when I play them, which is not often, but since I'm not very good at them, I go like near with a controller a lot. Even though that doesn't do anything. Is there any games with a 6-axis?
They utilize that.
Yeah, and like that actually helps.
Hmm.
Because that would be really cool. Because like for people that move around when they game.
You know what? I'm gonna say no. But to be honest, I have not played every first
I
person
think
shooter on
that'd
the
be cool.
PlayStation 3.
That would be a good
Like
use for it.
Haze, maybe Haze could have did it. Maybe one of the Killzones could have did it because those were earlier like Killzone 2 maybe because they were earlier enough where it would be gimmicky where they would try it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did. It
Oh,
probably
okay.
wouldn't help that much. So
Probably not. I mean, it would just been a cool effect because
Yeah.
a lot of people jerk the controller around.
yeah. Also, yeah, I've been playing that. I also been playing Zombie Trailer Park. It's a Flash game online.
What?
It's one of those wave games where like a wave comes in
Oh,
and you
horde.
send your wave, and it's like, you gotta balance it back and
Oh,
forth.
okay.
And you gotta send more in, or you can spend more money to send a bunch of little units to just push it back a little bit. But then they're gonna kill them real quick, so you gotta think of something else.
Yeah.
It's the theme of it is that you're a trailer park, and you gotta make more trailer parks so that they pop out more southern trailer park babies, so you can send more hordes of shovelmen to kill zombies.
Shovelmen.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then you can get special abilities like Angry Farmers that gives you additional free units that attack that are a mixture of like guys with shotguns and guys with pitchforks and shovels.
Is it like the next Tower Rush or whatever that was
no,
called?
this Flash game's old,
Oh, it's old.
so it's not the next thing. It's just fun. I just like it because I used to play it a lot back at ECC,
Oh, that's cool.
so I enjoyed playing that. I want to go back and replay that.
Nostalgia.
I finished up Uncharted 3
Oh boy.
not too long ago.
Ooh.
So that was fun replaying all the Uncharted series. I streamed all that as well. So if you guys ever want to see what games I'm mostly playing, I'll probably be streaming them on the website. So, my final critique of that, really quick, if you want to sum up in one word, like if you're playing that game for the characters and not the story, not the story like a narrative-driven story, but like you're an Indiana Jones like guy. And it's fun to go on adventures and do cool, badass things and go through cool environments.
Mm.
Like that's the best part about it. You're playing some awesome characters, going through some sweet environments and sweet scenarios. The story itself is not fancy. It's pretty predictable and like Indiana Jones-esque. So, and also the controls suck because it's a Naughty Dog game that's on console.
They're a little hard to play, yeah.
Yeah, it's really and don't even get me started on the difficulty. The way they do difficulty is just they make the
Just send
guy
more
super.
people.
No, they don't even do that.
Oh.
What they do is they make it so that they don't stop responding unless you get to a certain point, and then also they make them stronger and they hit you harder. So they don't change the way they act. They just their one bullet kills me instantly instead of now it takes me 5 bullets instead of 3. You know?
It's really
that's not a good
annoying.
way to do it.
Yeah, it's a very shitty way to increase difficulty.
They should always just have taller enemies mean they're stronger.
Yeah, they actually
like
do that
that.
a little bit in 3.
Oh, they do that?
In 3 they do, yeah.
Giants.
Yeah, so that was honestly my only problem with it. Like, honestly, if things were 60 frames per second on consoles and controls were better, like the game would have been better overall. But, hey, I guess I'm just one of those guys who are like, I jump on TB's bandwagon. If everything's got to be 60 frames for it to be good.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah. Got to jump on his bandwagon.
Because he'll be dead soon, and
Hey, man, let's not make fun of TB, man. Come on. He's got ass cancer.
it's
It's
true.
okay. Everyone gets a little ass cancer once in a while, I guess.
Sometimes. I hope I don't get any.
Yeah, I know. Poor guy.
Please.
Hopefully he'll live through. It's weird when you watch it. I was like, God, he's got ass cancer, and he's still doing what he did. It's weird. Weird.
You know there's something going on down
By the
there.
way, we're generalizing. I remember he did specifically say what type of cancer he had, but we're just calling it ass cancer because it's easier.
Rectum cancer, probably.
Yeah, it might have been the prostate for all I know.
Oh,
it's
geez.
probably the prostate. Let's be honest.
Right in the
that happens to men all the time. Prostate cancer. Yeah. Well, I think that's all I've been playing. A little bit of Pokemon X and Y.
Okay.
A little bit of that. Going through the.
Well, nobody ever really stops playing that.
Yeah, we're going through the battle tower. Is it called the battle tower? I don't even know if it's called that. Battle arena, battle house, what the fuck it is.
The Battle Chateau.
It might be what it's called.
Is that really what it's called?
It might
One where
be.
you
I don't
have
even
to
remember.
use the name.
One where you gotta get your battle points to get all those special items you need.
Oh, that's not the Chateau. That's.
Battle arena. I
I don't
fucking
know
know.
what it was in the X and Y.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Let's go Battle Arena. I've been doing that. That's about it. That's what I've been playing.
Cool.
So let's quickly go over news of the week. I only have one news item here.
Nice.
The only one that I'm not even gonna play the intro or anything because it's just really gonna be. Minecraft sells for $2.5 billion to Microsoft, and Notch and the other guy, the other two guys that were. Remember when Notch first got big and he hired 2 people?
He first gained a lot of weight, you mean?
Yeah, gained a lot of weight in popularity and everything. He had
Yeah.
2 guys, and then Mojang became bigger after that. Well, him and those other guys also announced after being sold that they're going to be leaving Mojang. His claim that he's leaving is because he never thought Minecraft would be big, and he never wanted to manage a big title, and it was too much stress for him. He wants a quiet life where he could just program and make games, and once in a while post something on Twitter. That's his relatively paraphrasing, of course, from his quote on his blog.
He'll retire quietly with hundreds of millions of Minecraft dollars.
Real Microsoft dollars. $2.5 billion, nothing to snuff at.
Yeah, times $13. Run the math. He's rich.
Oh, you're talking about the actual money he made off of
Yeah,
Minecraft.
he made a ton of money off Minecraft.
It's
like
not $13 anymore. It's like 20 something.
What? It's
Yeah.
that much now?
Yeah, to buy it on PC. And they're not even factoring in the millions of Xbox 360.
Yeah, on
X,
mobile.
PlayStation. Okay, the mobile one sucks. I hope no one bought it on mobile.
I know someone that plays exclusively on mobile. His buildings
How
are ugly.
does he do that?
He's got fast thumbs and they move around.
You don't even get like all the features. You don't even get all the materials.
Yeah, it's like an older build, but you got some different blocks. Like they got the crafting, like it's not the crafting table. It's like a block with 2 gears on the side, and it makes more of the complex recipes for you.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Yeah, and they also have a camera block, which
The PC version is the best version.
yeah, it is
It is.
obviously.
So a lot of people, when this happened, a lot of people got upset. One, because they thought Notch was going back against his ideals of never being independent and being all about the community.
He's
And a lot of people were concerned because they thought, well, Microsoft in the future will if they make up, because believe it or not, a Minecraft 2 is going to happen now.
what is Minecraft 2? What does that even mean?
If Microsoft's buying this, they're going to make a Minecraft 2.
What is a Minecraft 2 gonna be? There's nowhere to go from Minecraft to Minecraft 2.
They could make the controls better. They could make fighting better.
So it's not gonna be Minecraft. It's gonna be a fighting game.
It's going to be a shitty.
It's gonna be like that.
I
game
agree with you.
Ace
The
of
biggest
Spades.
charm of Minecraft is because it's so simple,
Yeah.
and improving that, making the textures better, and making the combat actually work might ruin the charm of it.
Just keep updating the main game. Just keep updating that, and then it's gonna be fine. There's no way Minecraft 2 can exist.
Yeah.
Like, well,
I think it will totally happen. They're gonna.
You're
they,
probably
they,
right,
They just spent
but-
$2.5 billion. They're not just gonna leave Minecraft alone.
No, you're probably right, but like, it's
But yeah, a
gonna
lot of
be
people
bad.
were getting worried. One, because if you look at Microsoft's policies, technically their policy is that you can't make a YouTube video on Minecraft, and a lot of people rely on that YouTube
Oh, geez.
Minecraft to make YouTube videos. And of course, people who run private servers, how's that going to work now? Are they just going to shut that off? The Microsoft's announcement is that they will not touch anything. They're not going to take it off of PlayStation. They literally said, we're not taking it off of PlayStation. But I can, if I imagine, I honestly think Microsoft will start ending support for PlayStation stuff. Like they're not going to update it.
Oh
Obviously.
yeah, because
gosh
competitors.
dang it.
Yeah, they're competitors. Like, I would not be surprised if that happened. 2, I definitely think a Minecraft 2 is going to happen. And 3, all those people that are complaining that things are going to change, well, honestly, eventually stuff does change in life. And you shouldn't, like, for people who run Minecraft servers and they live off of microtransactions,
Yeah.
those people, they're not going to suffer anymore because that's going to happen regardless. Because I bet you if Microsoft wants to take over the private server thing, that
Yeah.
they're going to do the same thing that normal people are doing.
Oh, Microsoft's gonna be like, make it like their
Because right now, Eli, you know that there are people who run private servers where people literally have to pay to get into them.
yeah, like yours.
Yeah. No, you
No,
don't.
I'm joking. You
No,
don't have
you're
to.
funny. You're funny. Mine's free.
Yeah.
Like, and then they charge people for remember the whole fiasco the kid had paid for a diamond pickaxe for God's sakes?
Yeah, like how much was that? Like $50 or way more than that.
Like
or
a couple
something.
thousand, I think he paid.
Yeah, he's an idiot though.
Yeah.
That kid he's so
Like
mentally retarded.
that culture won't go away. What'll happen is that Microsoft will be taking the money.
Stupid
It's-
people will always exist.
Yeah. I think it'll just be Microsoft will be taking the money if they choose to change the way the server ecosystem changes. Like that part, if that does change, that's the only part that will change. Everything else, I think, will stay the same. I don't think they're gonna fuck with it because people will get too mad, and then the Minecraft brand will be tarnished. I definitely think that in the future we'll see that if a Minecraft 2 comes out, it will be at least first on Xbox systems and maybe PC. I honestly think that would happen.
It's got to be on PC. It's Microsoft computers. Come on.
Well, there's a lot of shit that ain't on PC. Like,
yeah, that's true.
look how long it took. Actually, right, currently even Halo, all of the Halos weren't even available at one point.
Insane. Wait, did Microsoft buy it or did Xbox buy it?
Microsoft bought it.
Okay, so I think that they should, but they're probably gonna
Actually,
hand it
I bet
over
if I look it up, it
yeah,
might be
once again,
Microsoft
they own it.
Game Studios.
So are we gonna have to log on with like the Microsoft?
No, I don't think they're gonna change. Like again, they said they're not gonna change anything,
hmm.
but I think when in the future when stuff does start
They
to
said
change,
that before.
yeah, they've like she said, yeah, they have said they would. Hey, remember when they bought Rareware, guys?
No.
We haven't seen Conquer in fucking
Oh.
20 years. No, 20 years. Okay, I might be exaggerating a little bit,
Oh,
but a
wow.
long time.
16. I don't know.
So that's
Really
just my
long.
thing. I think this thing that nothing will change, but when it stuff does, I think it'll be Minecraft 2. It will be look better. They'll have buying more skins, and they'll upgrade things a little bit. They'll make it HDified.
I hope they like add a bunch of cool new features though, like stuff that the community's been wanting forever, but Notch has been like, no, that's too fun.
That's too fun.
I don't want you guys to enjoy my game.
I don't think Eli likes
Boring
Notch. Just so we know.
That's,
No, I don't like Notch. I think he hurt the game. He hurt its potential more than helped it. Like,
Well, he only
90%
made
of
the
time.
game.
He
so-
made it, but he's like the GIF guy where he's like he comes out and is like it's pronounced GIF everybody. That's what Notch is like to Minecraft. He's just not right. He's wrong. He's doing bad things to the game. Like,
well, he isn't even doing anything bad to the game anymore.
no, like people were like, we want fun new features and weapons and blocks, and he's like, how about pumpkin pie? And it was like, really, Notch, you're
Pumpkin
the
pie.
fattest man on earth. You stink so much.
The next part of it, beyond the Minecraft, like what else will we expect for this? Like a lot of people do like Scrolls, believe it or not. Scrolls is a pretty
It's a
popular.
card game, right?
Yeah, it's a card game.
Yeah, people like card
Like what's
games.
gonna go on with that? Will that
Who-
continue to go on? Like what will happen? Will we see actually new games from Mojang, or like what do you?
Oh, what about their like that bullet time kind of like from the side shooting game? I don't know what it was called. It was called like Cobalt.
Cobalt? Yeah.
Yeah,
I see that logo when I turn on Minecraft, so that's as much as I know about it.
Really? That's funny. Yeah, it looked pretty decent. It kind of looked a bit like a Flash game, but like a Flash version of Unreal Shooter,
Ooh.
which exists out
Maybe
there.
that's what that 0110X game, it became that maybe.
Oh, really? Maybe.
I don't know. I don't really follow Mojang, what Mojang's doing. As you can tell
Yeah.
why I'm asking. Because hopefully they still make cool games. I don't know. Well, let's say Microsoft better do something with Minecraft or Mojang if they're going to pay $2.5 billion for it.
Yeah, but Microsoft has a lot of money. They don't.
have to have some sort of plan to dish out that kind of money because that is not a small amount even for a company like Microsoft.
Yeah, no, believe it or not, Eli, Microsoft and Sony are not having the best of times right now. They're actually not doing as well as you think. Because believe it or not, the personal computer business is not like it used to be. A lot more people are buying tablets and stuff nowadays and phones to replace what they did on their PC. So
That's true, but I think that's kind of a fad.
It kind of is.
It's like it's having a big influx, but eventually it's gonna like drop off again at some points.
I kind of agree with you that it's a fad. Oh, go on.
I hate tablets. I loathe them. I think that if you need a tablet, then you really just need a computer, honestly, and you just need to go buy yourself a laptop because a tablet's gonna break easier. It's gonna do this
Doesn't
easier.
have as much memory or power.
Right, and they run on a freaking dead battery. I
Yeah.
mean, sure they don't have as much power and stuff, so that they run a little bit longer than a laptop. But I mean, seriously, if you need something with that much space, just get damn games for your laptop. It's not that hard. And you're gonna go through a freaking tablet faster than a laptop. I almost promise you that.
Yeah, you're probably gonna drop it at some point.
Well, I definitely think I kind of agree with your opinion that it's a fad because people just want the convenience of, hey, here's the apps I want. I just want to play my apps, go on the internet, watch my videos. I'm not really doing stuff like that. So that's the fad part of it. So they're all jumping on that. But I think over time, that will become the standard. I think more people just want something that does what they want it to do in a streamlined fashion. They don't want to like open a start menu and mess around with fucking text files and shit. They just want to say, I want to press this button and it allows me to stream to YouTube or it allows me to stream to Twitch. Like they don't want to do any fancy shit
that's
anymore.
kind of why like Windows 8, the opening screen.
I hate Windows
But,
8. I hate Windows 8.
There's always gonna
I
be a
hate
community-
Windows 8,
No,
Eli.
obviously.
How could you bring up Windows 8 right now? I hate you.
Yeah, you just opened a whole entirely different can of worms that is not
I
very.
hate Windows 8.
Yeah,
I
Windows
don't.
8 is
I've
bad.
heard that. I've heard you hate it.
Just really, really,
You
really
know,
bad.
really quick Windows 8 rant.
Okay.
Here's my problem. No, the Metro system is not horrible. For what it needs to do, it's great. But the problem is that Microsoft is backpedaling and not committing fully. They have this weird divide between the desktop and the Metro apps and the Metro interface. If they commit or find a way to seamlessly connect those things better, which they might do with Windows 9 now, because we've already been seeing some previews of Windows
Jeez,
9.
Windows 9 already.
Yeah, already. Oh, it's already been like 2 to 3 years of Windows 8 being out. I don't know if
It's
you knew
kind
that.
of a disaster, though.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It's the whole
They're already
Vista
at
Windows
9.
7 thing. Vista was shitty. Windows 7 was great. Windows 8's gonna suck. I bet Windows 9's gonna be amazing.
Windows 7 is
Because when you go to
good,
like, if
but
you're on the
not great.
desktop and you load up like, I don't know, your photo viewer and it brings you back to the Metro app, or if you want to change what internet connection you're connecting, sometimes it brings you up to the Metro level of doing things. Sometimes it lets you just do the standard desktop way of doing things. And they never committed fully. And they brought back the start button. It's not really called the start button. They just need to commit. Like, I understand what they were trying to do, make a one interface that's go across all their platforms, so that if you picked up a PC, it'd look like this. Still, picked up a tablet, it looked like that too. So I think they'll get it right with Windows 9, and then the Metro stuff will work much better with the classic style of doing things.
I hope they bring back some like elements of XP, because I think XP was definitely their most solid system in my opinion. It was the most fun to use in my opinion.
Mhm.
It almost felt like you could like reach out and touch the stuff that's happening in your computer. You could really I don't know. It just felt more mechanical
Mhm.
and easier to use.
I had very fond memories of XP. Windows 7 is still my favorite right
I
now.
don't enjoy Windows 7 honestly.
Well, I
It's
don't enjoy
frustrating.
Windows 7 sound stuff. Like, that's the only thing that's weird. Is
Like
they
a lot
do-
of its settings are so hidden. You gotta look up online like what you're supposed to type into the run command to figure out how you're supposed to like stop programs from popping up when you turn your computer on and stuff like that. You know, it's a frustrating system in my opinion.
Whatever. I think it's actually more efficient, but hey, to each his own.
Perhaps.
I'm coming at it from an IT side of looking at
That's
things.
true. You know what you're doing.
I guess that does always help. But that's my mini rant Windows 8.
Yes.
So yeah, back to Minecraft.
Back to games.
Back to the games of Minecraft. So I think it's honestly, it was gonna happen one day. For all the people that are bitching that make money off of like gameplay videos and everything like that, that things could change for them. You shouldn't have put all your eggs in one basket. Pretty much all I'd say about that.
I hear.
And I don't know any good things that come from this other than there's a big company behind Mojang now, so maybe they can make more cooler games,
So
and maybe
did they
if Minecraft 2
buy-
ever happens, it could be better.
They bought the name Mojang as well. They have
No, they actually bought Mojang. They didn't buy
Oh.
specifically Minecraft.
Oh,
We just say that because that's all that. Well, like honestly, well, they got Scrolls, and then I don't even know the other game. Like you said, that Cobalt game.
Kobolds and,
Yeah, so fuck, they don't even have it. They're pretty much the Minecraft company. Let's be honest.
Yeah, they got the IP.
And I think another big thing I think from this that we should take from this is Notch's got a shit ton of money.
Yeah, obviously.
Maybe he'll
More money.
actually fund Psychonauts 2 like he's been promising for fucking
Lies.
years.
I don't believe it.
Like
I don't
how long has
trust
he been
Notch.
promising that, Eli? Do you remember when he first started
I
talking
do
about that?
remember that actually. Gosh, how long has Minecraft been around? Like 2007?
Are we counting like super alpha?
Yeah, I'm counting that.
I don't know, 2007, 2008.
Okay, then he might have said that around 2011. I don't know. I feel like it was that long ago.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, maybe he'll actually do that. If he could become an investor for games, that'd be great. Because, honestly, I do like the way he approaches when he looks at games that he likes. Like, hey, he likes Psychonauts, and he wants Psychonauts too.
He was.
Give him, put up that money now, Notch. You got it.
He
You got
better
it.
do it. He better do it. I don't trust Notch. I really don't. I don't think he's because like whatever he had the Minecon disasters every single year where he gets in like a big argument with like Simon Lewis from Yogscast or whatever, and then he's a big baby about it, and then he like dances to Skrillex, and it's like this guy's a fool, and I don't believe that he's gonna do anything that he says he's gonna do.
Yeah. Do you think he'll ever make another great game again?
No.
No, I think he got it. I think he got his lucky break.
Yeah, it was a fluke. It was totally a fluke. I don't know because Minecraft doesn't look like anything else he's ever made. Did he really even make Minecraft? Did he like steal it from a guy and then kill him or something? Like
Just like the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, maybe he did. Who knows? I don't think so, but maybe he did.
Notch, don't trust him.
Yeah, and I think that's it for in terms of news. Like, what other news was there?
That was it. I think he said.
That's the only thing I think is worth talking about. Like, there's other stuff that happened, of course, but no, I think I don't really know.
Nothing interesting enough to talk about, apparently.
Well, there is. It's just nothing that I think is worth right now.
Okay.
All right, so I think it's time to get into our games journalist talk.
Yeah.
All right, I have a little
Well.
thing. I have a little
Ooh.
thing I want to read out here. Oh.
Okay.
Oh boy.
It was not GameSpot firing Jeff Dorito chips that got people mad about journalism corruption.
Okay.
But but what set everyone off was allegations of unmarried infidelity by a
Whoa.
heartbroken ex-boyfriend.
Whoa.
This
That-
gradually sparked into a complicated series of events. At the heart of all these events and lies a discussion about journalistic ethics and disclosure. Boom. That's my intro to our discussion. So if you guys who don't
Okay.
know, we're talking the big reason we're going to be talking about games journalism right now, and that if it's in a state of problems or if it's good or not, because there was a recent event back in August. I think it was like 15. Okay, the 15th is when stuff started popping up, and the Aaron guy posted his blog post about Zoe Quinn. It started off with that, and then pretty much his blog post came out and said, "Oh, she lied to me a lot. She had sex with these 5 game developers and stuff like this, and blah 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 blah." And pretty much it was just a guy, QQing about his broken relationship and everything like that. So nothing special there. So then people started talking about, oh, look at this. Let's connect of like Zoe Quinn's some of her reviews and stuff like this and stuff like that. Maybe she got favorable coverage because she was sleeping with all these guys and blah 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 blah. And then from there, places like Reddit, 4chan, what was the other place? And there was some YouTube videos too. Started getting censored when the people started talking about it. And NeoGAF too. Like people started bringing up the discussion and everything, and then they started getting censored. Reddit, over 20,000 posts got deleted by a
Whoa.
moderator along this subject.
Yeah.
And there was a
nuts.
YouTube video we're talking about, look at Zoe Quinn having sex with 5 guys and blah blah blah. That actually got DM'd. Used the YouTube system. Someone used the YouTube. Well, obviously Zoe Quinn did it because she's the only one who could claim her content, saying and taking that down because it had a photo of her game in it.
Oh no.
So because that
Publicity.
censorship started to happen a little bit, people really got. Then it started becoming a shitstorm.
Yeah.
Of course, people got hacked on. People got hacked, and people didn't get hacked. And there's a whole discussion on, well, was she actually hacked or was it? But that's the side of it. It started up a shitstorm, and everyone started going crazy on Twitter and everything. And from that, this went on for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then a lot of stuff was being floated around, like gamers are misogynists, and game journalists is all full of social justice warriors, which that term could be negative or positive depending on how you look at
Yeah,
it,
no clue.
stuff like that.
Still.
And then from that, a
Oh,
hashtag
gosh.
campaign started called Gamersgate, and that's kind of where we're at now. This Gamersgate hashtag has been going on for 3 weeks, and pretty much it was hashtag campaign that wanted to say, hey, we're gamers. We're not fucking misogynists. We're not fucking horrible people that these articles are starting to. Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. In between this, there became a very. You should be very skeptical about these articles. There was a wave of websites that just started saying, "Look at gamers. They're horrible people. They're misogynists. They're worse than ISIS." That's what.
Yeah, that's pretty
Kotaku
exaggeration.
posts these articles. Rock Paper Shotgun, normal major sites, like everything.
Kotaku?
Yeah, like this came, and that's also another reason why the Gamergate thing started happening, because people were just gamers were just tired of being put in this little box that they're like, oh, you're all misogynist and everything.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And then from there, that's when Gamersgate happened, and the Gamersgate started to just come up with examples and start just calling out people for shit they feel that was shit. And then from there,
Well spoken.
some other people started to take over the campaign, like right wingers or something. And then now the Gamersgate's kind of it's a tainted well, sort of. So that's the point we're at now, and that's a brief, quick, dirty history of what's been going on.
Down
So the
there.
whole reason I bring up this backstory thing, because it brings up the discussion of, is game journalism a real thing anymore? Is it still good? Do they need to change the way they are? What are the ethics around it that need to get that going? So first thing I just want to ask, why didn't this go away really quickly? Why are people still talking about games journalism right now, whether it's credible or not? Like, what do you guys think? Why do you think it's still around? Why are people still talking about it? Debate. This is What is
Yeah.
this? Maybe 1.5 or 2 months. The internet never stays on something this long, and if it does, it gets super small. But Twitter's still going crazy. It's still being talked over across many popular gaming forums, even though some of them are censoring them still. Actually, one of the people that are not is the Escapist. I like to give Escapist credit. Out of all the people that were like, even though Escapist was condemning it, and they were like, stop talking about this, guys. You're making it about wrong things and not about game journalism. They still let the discussion happen in their forums, which is really nice.
That is-
So why is this still around, do you think? Why do you think is it still?
Gosh.
Why are people still talking about it?
That's a tough question.
I have a theory.
Yeah, let's hear Elena's first.
Okay. Well, I kind of did not have a whole lot of faith in gaming journalism ever since I saw. Actually, the video that I saw was Angry Joe
Oh, good
tried to get into an interview, and they
Oh, you're talking
had
about the Jeff
just-
Keighley thing?
Yeah.
I remember that. That was hilarious.
Yeah, but the thing is he was. I mean, yeah, he wasn't being very professional in my opinion, but at the same time, he had a very solid point in that basically game journalists were just schmoozers, which I guess that's kind of how industries are sort of built anymore. But at the same time, it does not mean that they're any more integral than. You know what I mean?
I do agree
And-
with you, yeah.
But I mean, the problem with it is that the reason it hasn't died down is because the people are right. I mean, gaming journalism is not integral. Probably never has been. Not for a very long time.
Yeah, if you go back to
I
the
mean, I
magazine
actually-
days, you think this is like the first time it's happened, but like magazine days, man, people fucking just flat out lied in some of their reviews and just used and there was just screenshots and everything, you couldn't really get
Yeah.
a good sense
No,
of the product.
But I mean, but we did have a high point. I mean, I can at least tell that once at some point we did have a high point. I could read a Game Informer even, and be like, okay, yeah, I can see where the points are, and you can, Game Informer is still one of my favorite things to read because they still give out decent reviews.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, but it's still not. You can still see, like, everybody knows what the number one game of the month is going to be before you even open the books. Before you even look at it's going to be the company that has had the most exposure. Because they're the ones that have the most money, so they're the ones that can buy over the journalists and stuff that can, write these things. And I guess we're just kind of sick of it finally. I mean, it's lasted so long on the internet with this incident because we finally have a foothold to rage at.
Rage at
You
the
know,
footholds.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Well, it was just a foothold about to actually start arguing and push an issue that we have not had a chance to push at because there's been no proof until now. And this is the proof that we latched onto.
I kind of see what you're saying. I kind of agree what you're saying.
Yeah.
For me, it's more like the stuff has happened before. Like we can go back to the Jeff Gerstmann GameSpot thing. Like no one, like people got uproar about that, but that was, like I said in my little introduction, like that wasn't it. Then there was the whole Jeff Gerstmann. There was the whole Jeff Keighley thing with the whole Doritos and Halo thing. Like that got people going, but they
That's
never
hilarious.
laughed. Yeah, that was a funny time. I think the big reason why we're still talking about it now is kind of what you were saying. we have more of a voice now. Like Twitter wasn't around back in those days, so things
yeah.
not only can information spread more quickly, but people can bitch about things more quickly.
That's true.
So I definitely think that social media is the reason why it's still going on and why people were so adamantly talking about it. So yeah,
It's the human condition or something like that.
Yeah.
You know,
But,
people that just
yeah,
get
I
up in
was more
arms
like,
easy.
You know, we actually have, you know, a legitimate reason now to call gaming journalism out on what they've been doing wrong for a very long time. Because I don't think anybody's been happy with the system for a while.
let's get a lead way of what are we think about games journalism right now.
Uh,
You know, I definitely agree with what you were saying. Going back to what you were talking about earlier about oh shit, I forgot it already. Anyways, I'll just go by what I was gonna say then.
okay.
The whole shitstorm thing that happened with the game journalism. Oh, I remember now. Yes, the whole freeing suck up thing. Yeah, you know what? In playing a little bit of a devil's advocate in this. Yeah, you know, right now, you know, being a game journalist is not like a profitable business. So you have to be that guy who wears multiple hats. Like you have to, like you said, honestly, it kind of is a culture where everyone's in San Francisco. Everyone can go to a bar together.
Everyone
so you
has
get
Starbucks.
smoochy close to each other. So you kind of smooch up a little
Yeah.
bit, and it does come off a bit like as a you got to be part of the cool kids getting information or
Cool
be around or actually be able to write anything at all.
You gotta comb your hair.
But I don't necessarily blame them for that because, like you were saying, you know, it's a little bit like that in every industry. The problem is where is that line? Also, they have to wear many hats because you can't just be a writer and make money. You can't just write. You can't be a writer and make money. You've got to be maybe do a podcast on the site. Maybe you have to not only be the guy who's doing the critique, but also the guy who's doing the first impressions. Like these websites are not big. Like they're not like maybe IGN is big because they're owned by a big company and they can have people that do just critiques and people who just do news articles and just do this. So and people who can just get the ad money, like people who don't even involve themselves in the critique process, where they're just the guys who go out and do the PR and get the ad revenue stuff, like get the ad deals.
The money.
Yeah.
Right.
So they have to wear multiple hats, some of these guys. So, you know, the smooching up part is definitely a problem. That the thing is that where is the line there? That is the thing. Like, that is definitely a problem. Where is the line? Is it okay to go, like I feel it's okay to go to a gaming convention and have a drink with some game developers and talk about your game, stuff like that. And I would even think, like, getting things like an email card saying, hey, Merry Christmas, or maybe saying, hey, what's going on? Like, that could be okay. But then where is that line? You know, it gets really rough. And that's definitely why people are.
I think we now know where the line is, honestly.
Well, I think we always know where the line is. Just now that fucking people are starting to not trust people now. That's the.
Well, the line was crossed when it was exposed that somebody was sleeping with people for exposure.
Yeah. And a lot of people are giving money to Patreons too, which a lot of sites, I'll give them credit, updated their affects like, yeah, we should be giving money to people who make games that does create a conflict of interest.
Yeah, there's I think something else that about the gaming journalists in general is we kind of think we thought of them as kind of like an extension of regular media, kind of like newspapers and whatever, where there's like some level of hierarchy or accountability.
Yeah,
but
are you saying like we were putting them in a point where like they should be going out, getting the research, then collect their research, and then at that point give their opinion, but based off of the objective material they found.
Yeah,
instead of it just being like, look at this. Like a good example is like there was this game that was like Dungeons. It came out, and then there was a Kotaku article that was like, was it Kotaku? It might have been Kotaku. Yeah, it was Kotaku. It was like it was a first impression. They were like, it was pretty much a hype piece. It was like, this game's awesome. If you wanted, your what was it called? Fuck. Dungeon Keeper like game again. The dungeons will be the one. And then when the game came out, it was horrible because that first one. And you could debate that all those. Yeah, you could debate that all those hype pieces, those first impressions, and then just those buzzword topic articles don't come off as, like you were saying, they don't come off as like journalist stuff. They come off as like, they're letting their own too much of their own biases.
Yeah, they
to
don't
drive the article.
Like with real reporting, you get a journalist, and you probably have a bunch of journalists, and they all come together in this room, and then they talk about it, and then they write
they
the
interview
article
people
together.
They talk to the developer. Ask they ask legitimate questions, not like they ask legitimate, well worded questions. I should say, not necessarily like, so why are your ladies all naked? Like that kind of lame questioning, you know? 'Cause that's not like, you can word that question better. Like you can make that question way better and get into a real discussion
You
about
could be
character
like,
design
you
instead of
could
just
say,
going in there being like, blah, why are women naked in your game?
You could be like, where are their clothes?
Well, that's a
no.
little better. That's a little
Yeah.
better. You could make that like a cheeky type of question.
But also they don't have editors, they don't have anything. They're really just like some people that I don't know how you. I don't even know. Obviously, you got to get hired by someone. Someone owns the website. That's about it. That's about as far as it goes. Someone owns the website.
Yeah.
But there's no like accountability on any single level. Like if someone writes a real lousy article in the newspaper or something, people would be like, they would call in to the station or whatever. And then the
And they
person
get
would be
fired,
like,
yeah.
they probably have to apologize. Like their editor or a publisher or whatever would make them apologize for that. But there's no one there. These are just people that are like, I don't know. They probably knew someone that got them a job at Kotaku or whatever. And I don't know who owns Kotaku. Just some guy. They're all like
The
same.
head guy, the head editor, senior editor, I think is
Yeah.
Steven Totilo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would be the one who would have the accountability because a lot of people went at him when all this shit was happening.
Yeah. What do you say about this?
The only thing he addressed he said that gamers are crazy. Obviously,
Oh yeah.
said they're
The other
misogynist.
thing about
Yeah, and then he also said that he didn't think the thing that Nathan Grayson was doing was he didn't think it was a conflict of interest. And then the other thing that is they updated their policy where you can't give a Patreons to people anymore.
Indeed, I don't think they understand
Yeah.
what a conflict of interest is.
Whoa,
What
Elena,
is that?
whoa.
Yeah.
Your shit went kind of crazy there.
Yeah, I lost you for a minute. Sorry.
Okay.
Got
All right, so
accepted.
well that threw us off.
That's strange. It's like a police
Yes,
scanner.
yes.
Go on.
Going back to the point of what's going on with games journalism now, some of the biggest problems that I see, and it is clear that not just maybe you could say this is not even just game journalism, just journalism on the internet in general right now. If you go back to like early 2000s in the very beginning, maybe even the late 90s, in like 1999 and 1998, a lot of people were going away, starting to bridge away from normal traditional like news TV shows and just newspapers and stuff like that and news articles and stuff because they're having the problems that we're having right now. There's a lot of buzzwords, a lot of pandering, a lot of confirmation bias going on, and people started going towards the internet because it was more raw, real, and stuff like that. But then over time, well, guess what? These journalistic guys need to make money. So we have to get more page views. So a lot of this stuff I've been seeing, like definitely in like the last 5 years, a lot of buzzwords, a lot of things like misogynist has been used a lot. Gamers are sexism in gaming, sexism in books, sexism in this. Like that's happening a lot now on the internet.
Yeah.
Like look at BuzzFeed. They live off of feminism. They live off of the Tumblr feminism guys, because they're usually women, but
Yeah.
there's guys too. They
Homo
live off of those
sexist.
page views. You ever see it all the time on Facebook? Top 10 reasons why women are oppressed. Top 10 reasons why your man's actually oppressing you. Top 10 reasons. Like they do that shit all the time. Like a lot of that buzzwordy
God,
stuff
I never
and just
think
hot topic stuff is being used a lot in gaming now, which I don't necessarily blame them because those are topics that I feel are worth talking about. But a lot of them just come off as, like, oh man, I need to go into this and I need to show how gaming is sexism because I feel it is because I see a woman who just got attacked in a game. This is sexism. Blah blah blah
They
blah.
should probably have like an opinion section on their website.
They do. No, they do.
They do?
A lot of stuff. That's another thing. A lot of stuff is opinion stuff nowadays. A lot of it is just editorials and opinions. There's not much actual discussion / journalistic type articles. Like,
Yeah,
why
okay,
did they?
This is bad. This is good, and that's the way it is. And your opinion doesn't matter. So screw off.
Well, I do feel opinions matter because
Fuck yourself.
Oh, no, I'm
journalists
not
should
saying
not
that.
remove themselves. It's impossible to be completely objective. You should bring in your own. Like, obviously, I would want a guy or girl person who has been playing games for years and maybe has the same taste as me to be the person I want to go to review. So their opinions do matter, I feel. It's just that you need to still have a level of objectivity and you just need to have disclosure about it when it comes to at least game reviews.
Yeah, I mean, my what I was saying is that part of the problem is that they don't really care about the general consensus opinion. They care about their opinion and theirs alone. At this point, is what it's coming off as.
All right, that's how you feel it's coming off? Okay. I guess I can
Yeah, I
definitely
mean-
see how you see that.
Oh, I had a cool
Yeah,
idea.
it just
Oh, I'll wait for Elena to be done.
bringing the whole feminist issue is a
Your camera's
real
off,
pet-
by the way, just so you know.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. So
Is that
bringing up
okay?
the whole. Nah, it's still off, but just turn it on and you keep going.
Okay, yeah, the whole bringing feminism into the gaming anything feminist anything, honestly, is a major pet peeve of mine right as of right now. I think that a lot of those issues have just been blown up so much that I'm really not sure how to completely describe
Lost
it.
for words.
Maybe you're trying to say. I think it's maybe you're trying to say because now gaming is becoming bigger and bigger, and casuals and just everybody is now getting in on it. That is a good thing. But what
Casual scum.
comes with that is that you start getting everybody in on it. So now it's becoming bigger and bigger. A lot of people like this. There's a good example I was reading up. The back of the day, there when scientists and stuff like the scientific community was going through something kind of similar. More women were starting to come in, and not just more women, but more men too. Had this idea that, like, at one point there were people coming into the scientific community that were like, gravity is sexist.
Gravity?
Yes, this is true. They said
What?
the ideas of
way.
gravity were sexist.
No way.
And no, I'm being you can Google this. Like, there are people that came.
I need to hear this.
People were coming and saying gravity is sexist. It's misogynist, and it's science right now is not inclusive to women. Like, that happened for a brief period of time in the scientific community, and they shut that down immediately because it was obviously horrendous to think such a thing.
Gravity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The forces of the universe that
There was other
attract
things
bodies
too. Something
together.
about like how the world. There was a lot of things they were critiquing that it was misogynistic to think that.
plate tectonics are sexist.
Yeah, so stuff like
Yeah,
that.
and
So I think
that
because
is-
gaming is getting bigger, maybe you're trying to say that now the crazy people are getting in on it too, and not necessarily that these issues are wrong, but maybe they're just using the issues to just justify their own. What is it called? Problems they have, like they're
psychosis.
maybe insecure. There's an E word about it too. I don't even know. I'm not a wordplay
Well,
guy.
Egotism.
And really, what
Maybe.
it
Egotism,
is,
yeah, and
is-
their own egotisms into it. Like I think
I'm
that's
gonna
maybe that's
bring
what you're
in-
trying to say.
Yeah, because I'm gonna bring in what Internet Aristocrat said about this entire issue, and I completely agree with him. Is that the social justice warriors and mainly the main feminist group that we have all on the internet especially have grown to hate.
Oh, those
Um,
Tumblr feminists.
Yeah.
Yes, Tumblr feminists.
Yeah, they ruined
and-
feminism. Poor feminism.
Yeah.
Yes, feminism has
No,
been
that's
utterly
misogynistic, man.
destroyed
Oh,
thanks
yeah.
to
Saving.
Tumblrism, and just it's not even just feminism anymore. There's so many different buzzwords and terms now
Trigger warning.
because of all these people that have just taken things to such an extreme that it's absolutely insane. And like I said, I am going exactly back to what Internet Aristocrat said about the whole. We now have an entire generation of people who have been grown up treated special, and it's basically, they're all so sensitive to each other's problems and issues because they're all trying to beat each other with who's all more special, and they're trying to bring their own agendas into everybody else's world
Yes.
because
Yeah, that-
hey, you can't do that, and you all need to be sensitive to me because I'm a special little snowflake.
We should kill
Yeah.
them.
Oh God, no! This is the part I disagree with. But yeah, that stuff is definitely. I do feel that it's something that's happening generally socially right now, and it's just pouring over into gaming. I have a controversial thing I'm going to say right here.
Okay.
Like Anita Sarkeesian, I don't like her.
Whoa,
It's
no,
true.
Stop
I don't
it,
like her.
Stop.
No,
I don't like her.
I-
Okay, but here I only don't like her to a point. I definitely feel she's someone who's coming in just trying to get her point across,
Her
like,
face annoys me.
get her stuff across, which is totally why maybe you should definitely look at her with
it's fair that
skepticism.
you're
You
allowed to
definitely,
have an opinion.
yeah, because
But
she definitely brings
If you
up a
want to
point.
say your opinion, don't freak out over a freaking death threat over Twitter.
Everyone who's famous gets death threats. That's just true. Like
Yeah.
that is like a lot of people keep bringing it back to the harassment thing, and a lot of people are just using that as like a shield to cover up the issues, which it's not true. Everyone gets. Believe it or not, there was a new statistic that came out that said, "Well, hey, men actually get more harassed," which is kind of true because the whole idea was because there's more men in certain industries and because they're just
Yeah,
as bigger. Like that's how
I
most research came.
Statistically.
But it doesn't really matter. Everyone's getting harassed, so not just women. Men are
Yeah.
getting harassed. That's the only point you need.
Right.
It doesn't matter who's getting more harassed or anything. But anyways, Anita brings up good points. Games are marketed to men. They are, and there are viable, and the gamers are more now. So maybe more companies should start marketing to other types of people. But the part where I disagree with her, it's totally. There is no oppression in gaming. Gaming is not making people oppress women.
No.
Like that's that whole Jack Thompson shit all over again, where Jack Thompson was like, "Video games are making people violent." No, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Just so that's the
Yeah,
part
you
where I
can't have
totally
it,
disagree with her.
no.
So when you start watching your video and she brings up valid examples of how mainstream gaming is marketed towards men, which is true, it still is. which she brings a viable point. But then she ruins it by bringing it saying that women are being oppressed and overly sexualized in games, which they kind of are over-sexualized a little bit. Like, obviously, you're going to hurt some demographic by marketing to particularly men. Like, what's easy? Like these tropes. Yes, tropes are easy. That's why they do it. It's easier.
Everything is a trope.
Yeah. It's like
So
I agree
dumb.
with her. Maybe we should make our
Yeah,
stories.
tropes
Our
versus
stories can be
present.
more in depth, and we can market to other audiences. That's part I agree with her. But the whole point, like I said, the whole point was that women are being oppressed, and because women are treated this way in games, and they're not all are, by the way. It's causing men to go out and actually women to oppress women, which is totally not true. Like, that's where she loses everything, and that's why she's getting so much hate. But
She doesn't
Yeah,
know that.
yeah, 'cause she had a good solid point at first, and then she brought in her personal agenda as a new wave motion to try to influence other people to think that way, and it made people basically feel guilty for playing a damn video game.
Which, honestly, I don't really have a problem that she's necessarily doing that because I feel people can still state their opinion. But the problem that because she promotes these as educational videos all heavily, like in her descriptions, on her website, which I do not feel they're educational
Yeah, and
videos. Like,
she-
that's where I take all my gripe from.
goodness, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, turning off your YouTube comments, that's really gonna make you look like good on you. Good on you on that one.
Yeah, that's an interesting topic because, which I understand her logic. You know, at this point, the YouTube comment section is just a poisoned well. There is no good discussion that comes from it, so I don't blame
Oh,
her.
yeah.
But just to save face a little bit, just leave it on so people don't come at you saying that
And
you're
it doesn't
against.
matter.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically you're doing no better than censoring forums and stuff by turning off YouTube comments because it's still the internet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't censor people on the internet.
Yeah.
You're not winning.
It would just make her look a little better. It would help her case a little bit.
As soon as she started making those videos, I was like, these are gonna be a problem. I just
Yeah.
know it. And
Yeah.
When I first watched it, I was
Well,
like, no, this is.
It would not be
it's
a
gonna be a
problem
problem.
if she wasn't such a. She wasn't so. She's just a little on the crazy side. Like
She
she's
could be.
on
I
an
don't personally know her.
extremist-
Elena, that is misogynistic.
oh
You need to sit
I
down.
can be misogynistic. I am a woman.
Sit
That's
down.
privilege.
No.
no, you're talking about privileges you get. Oh no,
You're using your white
Oh, God.
privilege.
you're using your white privilege. Oh no.
Your-
Okay.
Your womanly privilege.
But going back to the game
Actually,
journalist
I mean,
thing, we're
that's
getting a
like
little
female
bit off
privilege.
topic, but it is related to the topic.
I don't know. The whole privilege issue is another entire social thing that exists for
Yeah,
some
privilege is dumb.
dumbass
It's made up.
reason.
It's made
Yeah.
up. It was made up in like 1996 by some lady that wrote a paper,
Yeah.
and nobody, and it, like
Oh, yeah,
everybody
are we
forgot
gonna
about
get
it
into the
for
whole
like
ableist issue
13
and
years.
every other Tumblr made
Yeah.
diagnosis.
Yeah, but
God.
all that social stuff is
PTSD.
definitely relevant to what's going on because it's definitely bleeding over into the game journalism, which brings up the article. Like, let's say, bring it back to that. Like, it's good. Like, a lot of people say Jim Sterling is a social justice warrior, and that like Patrick Klepek from Giant Bomb is a social justice warrior. I don't think it goes both ways. Like, we always condemn we shouldn't oh man, I think it's crap that they're putting us in a little box, calling us stuff, but we shouldn't put these game journalists in this box either. I don't honestly believe that these people that write these articles with the buzzwords and misogyny, I don't believe that they're social justice warriors per se. I do feel it's very convenient just to put them in that box. This is what they're doing. That's just but at the end of the day, I don't truly believe that they're having that crazy type of agenda. I think most people do want these
Maybe
legitimate
not.
discussions. Like, I would love to have a legitimate discussion on character designs in games and why characters are designed one way over the other. But a lot of people just bring up the point oh, look at League of Legends. They just make all their women half naked. Like, that's not a discussion. That's just people just wanting to complain too much. And there's always going to happen.
Yeah,
And it's just
No,
I
it's
just honestly
really
feel that
not.
journalism, game journalism, they're just taking the buzzwords and everyone's it's all clickbait type of stuff. And
Well, you
it's
gotta
never
think
been
about it, like-
legitimate type of discussions.
Well, if there was a League
yeah,
of
it's
Legends
all
character,
clickbait, which,
wait,
sorry, go ahead.
okay, if there was like a oops,
Oh, yeah.
if there's like a League of Legends character that was like a respectable looking woman, she had like a business suit on, that wouldn't really fit in the game. It just there's like a thing with character design. You want to make them look cool, and it's all
Actually,
about coolness.
There's when you're done.
Oh yeah,
ahead.
you can go. It's about coolness.
It's about coolness.
Yeah.
Well, actually, there was a very good video made by Matt Pat on the whole the character design for.
Oh yeah, when
They-
Smite got all its bullshit.
What's my
Yeah.
That's when
you
Smite got all its
the
bullshit.
character designs for that one, they were all based on the original gods. They wanted to invoke the original,
the OGs?
the source material. They
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to honor it, and They did a really dang good job, but oh no, you're hurting my religion by having it that way, so you gotta change it because you're offending me personally.
Wait,
Yeah, that
whose
was something
religion?
that happened a couple. Well, Smite is a MOBA type game.
Okay.
Well, it's just not even. Fuck, I would debate MOBA is not even a good way to describe it. But anyways,
Dota.
where the whole point of it, you know how like in League of Legends they have just made up characters. Like here's a
Yeah.
captain from this century or whatever.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
whole point of Smite was it was actually based off of real world gods,
That's cool.
like Shiva, all that type of
Yeah,
thing.
that's cool.
And some of their designs were based off of their historical stuff. Like most, if you look back in the past, most of these women are naked. Their
Yep.
their sexuality was a big part of them.
Or their just nakedness was at least.
Yeah, and they were trying to invoke all those original things. They got a lot of hate for it. Not only did religious people stop and say, "Hey, you're misrepresenting my God," which they weren't. Which I do feel they were doing a great compromise between the historical accuracy and somewhat modernizing it, but keeping it pretty stylized, pretty unique to it.
Yeah.
And then also a lot of people saying it was misogynistic because they're just making women half naked and blah 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 blah. So that happened a little while ago, and it resulted changing. And now that's one of the examples of the problem with like a lot of people, like that's just a problem with the social aspect of things right now. Like a lot of people are oversensitive in this stuff, and it's bleeding over into games. And it's not only doing game journalism. Look, it's actually affecting game development. They actually changed the characters because of that, and it's scary. And I don't blame journalists for wanting to have legitimate discussions. Like that's a good example to have a legitimate discussion. But what were the articles that were posted about that? They were just echo chambers of the people that are religiously offended and sexually offended. And they're only doing that because
Yeah, and
they
it
want
was
the
just-
clickbait. And that's the problem I have with journalism right now. That is my main problem. And along with disclosure as well. But that's we'll talk about that in a
Oh,
second. I'll let
okay.
Elena get what she wants
Wait,
to
no,
say.
Yeah,
that's
they're
not-
all
I don't know.
giving in to the loudest voice.
Whoever wants to go next, say whatever.
No, I got a cool
Or
thing.
not
I
the-
got a cool thing.
Oh, you got a cool thing?
Yeah, I got
Alright.
a cool idea for someone that knows how to program, like for web development program, like write a script.
Oh,
that,
God. Oh, God. Not this again.
No,
I know.
don't
Go
think
on, go on.
Ever brought this up? You write a script that
Changes all the words.
no.
Oh, okay. Not that. Okay, go on.
Okay, yeah, you were really confusing me. I was like, what the heck?
Sorry,
I
go
never
on.
said this out loud before. That blocks basically articles written by the people that are dumb. So you can go to the website and enjoy the stuff, but it just removes their article from like your listing. So if it's like by so and so, what are the guys' names? The
Or anyone. Okay, obviously you choose whoever you. I would think at that point just go to the website.
no, just don't
Yeah.
don't
Just don't support the people you feel that are
No,
not doing
just-
their jobs. Yeah.
because like what if you accidentally click that? You just
Well, that's
remove
why we
them.
should have ad block on at all times.
So
That's
it's like
my
it's
opinion.
kind of like ad block. Yeah, it would work the same as ad block, but instead of blocking ads, which you can have.
Oh,
that
can I
as well.
mention this? While doing more research, I'm so glad I have ad block and anti-track software, so these people are not getting money off of me by having to look up their articles.
Oh, I watched a thing about the NSA or something the other day. It was pretty interesting. It was a long like talk or whatever. But even if you have anti-tracking software, they still.
Oh yeah, no, they
yeah.
still can. No, this anti-track software is just for stopping from websites collecting data, so they can't make as much money off you. It doesn't really.
Yeah.
I would need a VPN, and then I would need to put a VPN behind that, and even then you can still get tracked. It's
Yeah.
just like it's really difficult. But these stuff I have is just so that websites don't make fucking money off me in case I accidentally click on their shit. That's the big part why I have them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Quite so.
So yeah, that's what I feel the problem is. Honestly, it's just gaming industry. You don't make a lot of money, and you have to clickbait and everything. And they're honestly, I do feel some of them. Keep in mind that I agree with Total Biscuit that that agenda is not a bad word. Like people, it usually has a negative connotation to it. But everyone has an agenda. Everyone
I don't
has
have
an agenda.
agenda.
My agenda is I want to get my opinion out there, and I would like the show to make money. That's my agenda. There you go. So it could serve it. So it can pay for itself. So I'm not going in debt. Everyone has an agenda, and it can be good or bad. Like I honestly don't like Nathan Grayson. Like he's been coming up a lot lately because he recently just did an interview with the Blizzard guys. He went into it. He did perform some bad journalism where he actually asked them, "Hey, why are all your women naked? Don't you? That's sexism and misogynistic." Like that's the way he actually came out and talked to this company who gave him the thick of time. Journalism is just they want to get this specific story across because that's what they want to talk about. Plus, that's what actually gets the most views, and they feel that most people care about. Which, again, like I like to bring it up, that could have been a great discussion on character design. Like he could have approached that from a very objective, journalistic way of doing it. If he just worded his question better, I think it would have went better. Because if you look up that interview, guys, definitely recommend Googling that. It went kind of shitstorm, and he just kind of, after that question, it came down to, well, why do you think they're sexist? This is sexist. This is sexist. Like, that's what you're asking somebody? Fucking, let's go back to the days where, what was his name? David Jaffe was being interviewed by someone from fucking Kotaku. And, from Polygon. And the guy brought up the whole article where someone on Polygon reviewed his game saying that because you had a sex mini game and you said no, it was a stream, I think it was, where he said, yeah, play this game with your girlfriend, you might get a blowjob from it. Like that kind of offhand, jokey comment was like, hey, since it was a sexual situation, maybe it'll get people in the mood. And they took that
Get them aroused.
the Polygon writer took that as he was a misogynistic person
That's
just
weird.
from saying that, and that all his games are misogynistic. And when they were interviewing about him, they brought up that she brought that. He was like, why are you asking me this? Why are you guys just throwing these words around, stuff like this? Do you understand what misogyny is? It's a hatred of women. Where did I ever say that I hated women in that comment?
Yeah, he loves them. He loves their mouths on his penis.
Apparently, yeah. Which I don't blame him, I guess.
But also,
Like that shit happens all the time in journalism. Like they bring in game journalism specifically right now. Like they're not being very journalistic about the way they word their questions. They just immediately go to their own. Like they're looking for confirmation bias.
Oh
looking
yeah,
for their own things to support
why
their
are you doing
opinion.
that? Because my opinion is this, and that's all that matters.
Which is fine,
You
but you
know?
have to go into it objectively
fine.
and gather information objectively, and then introduce your spin on it after you present the information objectively as best you can, and having full disclosure of what are your relationships to this. Like if you're a person, like let's say this, if I'm running an event and I get paid by these guys, and then I do a review from next day of that game, well, you should be very skeptical of my review at that point.
yeah, you
you
should
know?
still be honest, even though.
Yeah.
You should still be like, okay, this was good, but like this wasn't so good. But then again, they did fly me out there, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna factor that in.
Yeah.
You should just be honest that you're about to like factor this stuff in.
Yeah, that should be true.
Just say it.
Which that actually brings up a whole nother discussion about disclosure. Let's just ask that. At what point, how much do we want our journalists, or even hell, not even just journalists? Let's go with our YouTube people, our new media type of games coverage, like Giant Bomb and everything. How much disclosure should we expect from them? Like, what do you guys think they should be? Like, what kind of disclosure should we expect?
Full
Like if
disclosure.
they go to a bar with someone one time and they have drinks with I don't know, let's say a game developer of the next game, and then a month later they then got a review copy. Should they disclose that? Like at what point do you guys feel how much disclosure is needed?
I think they should put like a GPS tracking.
Oh
thing
my
on them.
god.
No, listen.
Okay, go on.
So like if they go to a hotel or something and it's like midnight, and when they write their review later, their editor can be like, so you went to this hotel at midnight.
That's a little
what
extreme,
can you
Eli.
account this for after you went from the convention to? So it's like,
I like
you
how
know,
extreme, Eli, you are. I like this.
yeah, it's an idea, just
I like how
just as
extreme.
just as a punishment for them
Oh,
doing it wrong
God.
this time.
All right, well,
you
I
know?
disagree with that, but hey, that's fine. All right. It's a little extreme. That would
might be
definitely
dirty
cover
for some.
everything. Everything would be known. I definitely agree.
Indeed, yeah, and we would get some interesting, like, what's that reporter's name? He died, Hunter Thompson or whatever, Hunter S. Thompson.
Oh, the actual legitimate journalist that got killed by those terrorists and everything?
No, this was a guy that he was the one from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Oh, no, I have no idea who
yeah,
this is then.
you're thinking about the ISIS guy.
Yeah, the ISIS guy who
Um,
got shot by ISIS people.
Yeah, like the way he would write, he would just talk about like his day, and it would just be like, I drank a pint of scotch and took all this Molly, and I was sweating because
I
that's what
took
you
all
do.
this Molly?
Yeah.
Wow, he literally would talk about his day in detail.
No, yeah, he would take a lot of drugs and stuff and drink a lot, and then go and
Sure,
report
okay.
on like random stuff, like
Okay.
dirt bikes. It
All
was
right,
weird.
yeah, whatever he
But-
enjoyed in life, sure.
It was interesting because he gave you a full disclosure. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm doing a lot of drugs and I'm gonna go and
review this
report
game
this
or review
random
this,
thing.
article. Yeah, well,
And,
hey.
but he was very opinionated at the same time. So if you want to be opinionated, I think there should be more disclosure at least.
Actually, I totally agree. Especially with editorial and opinion pieces, you super have to be, now I wouldn't say completely transparent, but you have to disclose everything, because with that type of work, it's why should we trust your opinion? We have to have confidence to trust your opinion if it's going to be opinion piece.
Yeah.
Actually, you could debate you need less disclosure if you're writing an objective article that is based on news and
Because
facts.
you're gonna have just more facts in general.
Yeah, because you can refer back to the facts and people can do research on your
Yeah.
research.
Yeah.
So it's debatable. You don't have to be has much disclosure as transparent. But
You
on
can-
opinion pieces, I agree with you, Eli. You have to be even more, because they need to know that we can trust your opinion at that point.
Yeah, and if you're writing something real factual, you can add a little bit of story into like just set the scene or whatever, but you don't need to get very in depth.
Yeah.
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 It's all about opinions.
My next point, the next question we should definitely bring up in this discussion. What do we actually, with all this talk that's going around, there's so many problems. They're using buzzword articles. All this stuff, like they bring in too much of objectionness to their reviews. Maybe like so then what do we want from games journalism? Like that is definitely the thing, because honestly, the reason they're still doing this at the end of the day is because there are people clicking on the website. There are people who see that title, Smite is sexist, and here's why. They're just not just people are clicking that article. Obviously, it's making them money. So what do we need to do, and what do we want from games journalism at this point? Like, what do we need to do so they can change the way? Obviously, we should not click on these articles because they're going to keep doing them if we keep reading the articles. If we did,
Yeah.
But what do we want from games journalism? To be honest, like, what do we want? Do we want it to go back to the days where, in the beginning, where it was just they were treating everything like product reviews? They would just re-release a press release and then just do a product review. Do we want to go back to those old ways of doing it, or do we want this more discussion stuff, or like what do you guys want from games journalism?
I want more funny articles. I enjoy I like reading funny things. I like funny videos as well. So I think the reporters, they should either have a sense of humor or I don't know. I feel that this is gonna be controversial, but I feel that more better funny journalists are male normally.
Okay. So are you trying to say that I think what you're trying to say is that you want personalities behind your
I
review
want some
stuff?
real personality, not some annoying
No,
personality.
I kind of agree with you because if you look at like everything that Giant Bomb is doing, they kind of foresee a lot of the stuff coming back in the past because they all work traditional stuff in the past. But all the Giant Bomb guys, they realize that maybe at this point it should be personality driven because what it should come down to is someone should find a gamer out there in the spectrum that has the same taste as them. Because to be honest, like I like Jeff Gersman. At the end of the day, I don't like any of his reviews because he's not a gamer that's like me, so I wouldn't go read his reviews. I think I agree with you, Eli. It should be personality based at this point. Maybe it shouldn't be websites writing reviews. Like here's the writer for Kotaku doing the review for this game. It should have been that writer's review of that game.
Yeah.
Like having a website behind you at this point just seems kind of pointless because you can't make I don't think we can honestly make objective type of material for at least when it comes to reviewing games.
Yeah.
Maybe I think that's a good way to go about doing it. It should be personality driven. That way you can find someone, you can know someone's biases, you can know someone's, what they're all about, so that you can find the gamer that suits you. Because there are people who love Total Biscuit. But hell, even as much as I agree with Total Biscuit, fuck man, he needs to calm down. Sometimes 30 frames per second is okay for a fucking game.
Yeah, he's about the frames. He talks about frames and menus,
which is fine because he's a PC type of gamer.
99% of his reviews.
And that is valid points. And there are people who share the same views with him. So I would definitely recommend maybe you should go to his reviews or his critique. As he doesn't do reviews, he says. All right, he does critiques. Anyway, so go to his critiques over other people's because, hey, he has the same views as you. Like, I definitely disagree that maybe 30 frames per second isn't always bad, but...
Yeah, it depends on what you want to play. You play Minecraft, you don't need that many frames. Or something.
How about you, Lena?
That's probably why Let's Plays have gotten so much bigger than, going to game journalism and stuff because, I mean, it's not a direct review, but you still get to, get to preview the game.
Oh.
No, we lost your audio there.
Wait, stop talking.
Yeah, stop talking for a second.
We
lost
can't
your
hear
audio.
a word you're saying.
Yeah, we lost your audio there. Oh.
No.
Oh, yeah, she's lagging now. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Huh?
Okay, we lost your audio there, so we didn't hear literally the last half of that shit you said. So just repeat it again real quick.
I was talking about how Let's Plays, that's probably why Let's Plays are bigger right now.
Yeah.
Because you get to actually see the person and, you can, I mean, I know a lot of people, will go to Let's Plays instead of reading articles to even consider buying a game first.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
That's how they see it.
I enjoy videos.
I totally agree with you because, like you said, the benefit is even if the person is commentating over it and maybe giving their biased opinion, you have the full disclosure of the information of the game right there. You can see it with your eyes. That's a very viable way to decide if you want to buy a product or not. I totally agree with that. Yeah, even if a one that's trying to make things funny, you can still see the video.
Yeah, just videos in general are always going to be better.
Yeah, I think that's coming with the time.
About games.
Yeah.
What year is this?
Definitely time. Like that brings up to the next question. Are times changing?
Yes.
Maybe it just needs to be different at this point. Maybe the Giant Bomb video quick look way is just the way to go because times are changing. That we have YouTube now. Maybe written articles are just not the best way to consume the stuff. Not saying that written stuff is completely useless, but to decide if you want to buy a game or not, or critique video is much better because you can see the information right there. Just times are just changing in general. Hell, we have even Twitch streaming. Now you can just go watch a stream. And hell, that guy's not even...
Yeah.
Usually a stream's not trying to be entertaining.
And he's not even
proposing.
talking half the time. He's
Most
just
streams are just playing the game, yeah.
And it's true, and you're like, yep, I could play this. I would buy this. And and you can base your own opinions on stuff. Yeah, maybe game
I
websites.
definitely think there needs to be an upgrade in the journalism field. I don't know what else I was gonna say. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh,
yeah, I think traditional games websites are just kind of dying, and you can see maybe that's one of the reasons why they start picking up this
Yeah.
whole let's make buzzword type articles that
this
just
is
get people clicking.
this is the cancer. This is their dying. This is how they're gonna die is from this cancer.
Yeah, they need to shape up. They need to have some integrity. They need to realize that maybe when you do a review, play the whole game. If you're doing a first impression, make sure you know it's a first impression and that you should be skeptical at everything you go in. A game, if someone's doing a review or someone's doing an article based on a first impression or a game or a developer or something, I just want to know that these game journalists and these websites are being very skeptical about everything they're being told and the information they're reading, and also that they are about consumer first. Like, that is the most important part of it. Like, I think somewhere along the way they didn't become about that. They became about, fuck, I want to do the thing I love, and I want to have this discussion about this, and I need to make money because I need to, we got to stay afloat so that we get our cool. Because the thing is, they're all about making, like, what was it? I don't know who I'm quoting here, but somebody was saying they're all about we're opinions and we're like a blog, but when they want to get a pre-release copy of a game or a reviewer copy, and they want to go to E3, they're journalists and they're real writers again. They flip flop back and forth all the time. I totally agree that they do that.
Yeah.
They need to figure out what they want to do. They need to just improve better like that. And maybe we should step away from the website-based things where it is personality-driven. Maybe Kotaku should have like 4 fucking people. And that should have just a diverse type of gamers so that people can figure out what gamer they like and they know to go their reviews and their articles.
Yeah.
And fuck,
And
let's try to have
yeah, I
an
think
objective discussion about things. Not objective, a better actual discussion about things. Like, I hate to go back to Nathan Grayson, but honestly he's just a good example. Like, again, we went to that interview with Blizzard. Fuck, he went into that interview of I'm not gonna say an agenda. He wanted that interview and get a certain story from that interview. He did not have solid journalistic knowledge. Hell, does he have a journalism degree? Does he not know he should? Does he not know he should? Does he know he should write his questions in a way that are not swaying someone one way or another? Not have lead-in questions.
Leading questions.
Not have those things. Like, at this point, it's just they need to rebuild trust. Right now, there is no trust for any gaming journalist site. Like, I trust Giant Bomb right now. That might be it. And then I trust. Believe it or not, today is the day where I trust YouTubers more than I trust gaming journalist site, and that's sad because a YouTuber is not someone who's supposed to be there too. They're there to entertain
That
you.
is
They're not
really
there.
sad,
They're not
but-
there to guide your hand and have serious discussions about things and maybe tell you what's the best game to
condemn
buy. Yeah, they're just there to make fun videos and then show you a cool game. That's all they're there for. And it's sad that I trust them more now than anybody.
Yeah. I trust reddit.com/r/gaming.
Reddit's kind of iffy for me.
No,
but
I trust it because there's a lot of posts by a lot of people, and I don't actually read anything on there because it's stupid to read.
See, the problem I have with like Reddit and
About
NeoGAF is
games.
because even if you go to those sites, they are still very heavily have one opinion.
Not really.
No, I know they do. If you go to NeoGAF and if you even bring
I
up
don't know what
like
NeoGAF
if you
is,
even
I don't go there.
even bring up like certain type of topics and if you don't agree with them a certain way, your stuff will get deleted and you will get banned. Like, they
Banned.
want to keep it a one message on NeoGAF. They truly do. Like, if you're on NeoGAF a lot, I would really like to. If someone is on NeoGAF a lot and doesn't think that, I would think you're not really reading into it. And Reddit is too, but not as bad as NeoGAF. Reddit actually has like a one opinion type of thing too. Hell, like 20,000 comments got fucking deleted when the Zoe Quinn thing happened. Believe it or not, I hate to say this, 4chan, you're the scum of the internet and you're the assholes of the internet. But damn it, it's true. You can.
You've done it. This
But
time.
you know what? And the moot guy is right. The
moot
only
guy.
way you can get true, like, legitimate conversations, and you get shit with it as well, is having an anonymous board where people can come on and every opinion is up there. Everyone can express their opinion.
Your point is
Even
never
4chan got
moved.
moderated a little bit, which is weird, which is very, really weird. But
No, they
at the end of the
got
day,
some
4chan
mods.
is a place where you can go and you can actually say stuff you want to say. You know? I hate to say that.
And it's just 4chan is a beautiful turd.
Yes, it is. It's so bad. 4chan, you're so bad. But at the same time, at least you stand by what you believe in. You let people talk. You know, even if they say the same, even if they say the word fag over and over again, at least you let them say it. You know.
Well, they sort of let people talk. Like, the only board I go to is B because
Yeah.
Well, no.
I've
See,
been
you can't
having
go to
respect
B. I'm
for
talking
it
like if you
too.
go into video game and stuff where people actually discuss.
Oh yeah, but anytime I go there, just like pictures of Link, and I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Just
it's
like Link, I get it. He's a
Yeah.
character in a game.
That's why I had
Let's
to, like
move
like I
on.
was saying earlier, I got to give Escapist credit, even though they did not
Yep.
like what was going on and they didn't like that there were negative things going on in their forum. They still let people discuss, which was really interesting. I got to give Escapist a little bit more credit than I usually do.
Yeah. So what articles about video games should be about video games, and not the people that play them, because you're not qualified to talk about that. You're not like an anthropologist or a psychologist. You don't.
And you
access
shouldn't
any
be
charts,
condemning
you know?
your target audience.
Yeah.
But
this
Yeah,
is
I don't know
bullshit.
what they were-
I don't know what
You
they're
know what?
doing.
This is conspiracy stuff. This is totally
Quinspiracy
conspiracy
stuff.
stuff. But a lot of those articles came off very PR-ish. There are PR companies that go
Aw.
around and that are designed completely for damage control.
More like PB.
Like-
What hipsters?
Like there are actually some writers that I've read for years that have had very good objective opinions and have never been crazy. And then suddenly they were even posting articles about saying gamers were misogynistic, and
Yeah, I don't
came out
get
of left
that.
field.
How is that
You know,
PR? At
No,
all?
there are PR companies. When shitstorm happens on the internet, they are designed to help websites write certain articles or how to do this to help
Yeah.
to
but
help
what they're-
to
what
help
they're- I think
control
what
the
they're
damage.
missing
Th-
is
th- these,
that
believe it or not,
people-
Eli, those are companies that exist. They are.
No, I believe it. I'm
What?
just saying, like, how would calling your target audience a bunch of misogynist? How is that good PR?
Think of
Because-
it this way. If it goes back to the whole. Okay, I hate bringing it back to social issues, but bring it back to social issues like when feminists, like when a Tumblr feminist, not all, because there are good feminists out there, believe it or not, when they go on there and they
don't believe
express their opinion, and then people start to challenge their opinion, the normal
They
response
cry.
is to say, "Oh, you're a misogynistic. You just hate women. I'm not going to validate or have a discussion with you. I'm just going to say you're wrong because you don't believe in me." It extends from that by saying that into saying like, look at all the because these PR companies use the harassment from the extremists on both sides. Cause that's the thing. Everyone's using the harassment to hide everything, and that's really shitty. Because those are just the idiot assholes that jump on to, like the thing that was happening in Ferguson. When the news sites like like Fox and all them were saying, "Look at these protesters are looting." They weren't. People were looting because they were taking advantage of the situation. That happens with any kind of discussion.
Yeah, they weren't
So
protesting.
the PR companies, again, this is still conspiracy because it just comes off to me like this. Like the PR companies are using the whole gamers are misogynistic type of thing to help damage control that and to save face for the website, saying like, "Oh, look, we're being attacked. There aren't these misogynistic gamers horrible? We don't need to answer the legitimate concerns that are within that evil hate that's going on." So again, this is conspiracy. That like, a lot of those articles came off to me like that. Came
It's
off like
probably
that.
the Illuminati, honestly.
No, it's just I don't know. It's just because some writers that like never expressed those type of buzzword type of articles and they wrote even started posting that, and it blew my mind. I'm like, come on, even you like I said, a lot of it came off as PR type of stuff, and I didn't like that.
Yeah, because what they're not realizing is that they're trying to damage control to a very, very vocal minority of
Yeah, that's
their
why I said
readers.
it's
The
definitely
vocal
like that opinion of mine is definitely conspiracy. Definitely take that as conspiracy because I have no proof of that. It just comes off to me like that.
right. I know, but I mean, just at the same time, like they're pandering to a group of people that don't even really truly care. Is what kind of makes me mad about.
Yeah,
the
that's
whole
kind of
thing.
what's happening with the Gamergate thing right now. A lot of I definitely believe like a lot of those right wing people are coming in and using the gaming issue right now to get their stuff across, which is kind of shitty.
Wait, what's happening with them? I don't even know.
Like there are right wing people like they're saying, yeah, look at these people who are fucking saying that women are oppressed and stuff. Yeah, they're pretty, but they're not even like gamers. They're like people that are like not.
Is that
even,
a right-wing thing to say?
I don't remember. I don't even know. Honestly, I don't. I need to do more research. What
Yeah, I don't
right,
think
I don't
that's
even
even right,
nowadays.
Matt.
I don't know what left wing and right
It's
wing
so
even means
strange.
anymore.
It's very strange.
Amazing.
Yeah, we're about the games here, so we're not even about politics. So I don't want to discuss that part of it. But I'm just gonna acknowledge that there are definitely people coming in using the movement, and it's actually kind of poisoning it, which kind of
chicken wing.
sucks. Which happens all the time. Yeah.
Right. I mean, that was what happened in the beginning. That's how it all got screwed up in the beginning. Is that the whole this whole misogynistic gamers thing. That's social justice warrior infection into the gaming community, which is what the whole thing is about. And nobody really cares. And now we're getting bleeds on both sides. And
Yeah, there are definitely.
God.
Keep in mind, there are definitely extremists on both sides too. There are the extremists of people who are going, you're a cunt, you're wrong because there's not misogyny. Then there's the other side said the extremists saying, look at everyone's misogynistic and they're horrible people.
And
Like,
then
there's
the
extremists
other
on both
side,
sides,
who are the
so.
Muslims, and internet just blowing stuff up and
Well, that's
Middle
not.
East,
I'm
you
talking
know?
about gaming though.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
not the.
I see.
So yeah, that's what's going on. So final thoughts, and final words. How about you first, Eli?
Oh, I'll go first. Let me think.
Elena, final thoughts. What do you think?
Darn you.
Feminism is bullshit.
Oh God, it's not even about. Okay, it kind of is about feminism, but
I want to say
the gaming final thoughts on game journalism. Jeez,
oh,
Elena.
okay.
Jeez.
Never mind, I won't say my thing.
Ah,
I'm trying to keep it
Well,
structured here. Like I do agree, the social aspects are bleeding into it, but it's not
Bleeding.
necessarily about feminism and gaming. It definitely is. It is, but it isn't.
obviously it's affected enough to influence our entire problem. But anyway, my whole final thoughts on gaming journalism itself. Just grow some balls, guys. Come on.
Grow some balls. Okay.
Stick to your damn, get an opinion and just stick to it. Don't
Okay.
waver about like a.
Like a fish.
All right. Sure. I don't know what that means at all, but I'll go with that. That's your final thought. All right, Eli. How about you? Oh, go. You're not done. Sorry.
To make my point just completely clear, try not to be overly influenced by, if you're gonna do journalism, just do your damn job. I mean, don't
Okay.
try to
Okay.
be over opinionated, be opinionated. Just don't try to be. They seem very influenced by reward, which is, I understand that, but at the same time, you need to do your damn job. Don't be a limp dick in the wind. Don't just sway back
Dig
and
in the
forth.
wind.
All right.
Stick to your.
It's weird.
Don't be a
You're
lip dick in the wing.
Don't be a limp.
Elena,
biscuit.
2014.
Yeah,
I like this. I like that quote.
that'll be on your tombstone.
It will be. It'll be on my tombstone now
It'll be
for
on
sure. And
everything.
I'm not even Elena.
Indeed.
All right, Eli. How about you?
Well, it's pretty much not very good what's happening. It's not very helpful. It's not progressive. A lot of people are complaining.
A lot of people are complaining.
It's probably not even that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. I mean, obviously it's not because it's a pretty small community relatively. I mean, a lot of people are angry, obviously, but they're angry at these websites with these people who we just gotta not read their articles and not go to their websites. If we're really serious, that's what you gotta do is
Yep.
just. But no one's gonna be really serious. I can almost guarantee you that like most of the people that are up in arms are not really serious about it. They're just up in arms, which is a thing that just generally happens
True.
on the internet. People get up
True.
in arms and then don't really do anything about it. It's like it's kind of like the ALS ice bucket challenge. So let's just dump water on our heads. We don't care about ALS. We're gonna dump the water because it's fun to do, but whatever. That might not be the best example. That's just a recent thing that the internet was
Yeah.
busy about. But yeah, people they get there are a lot of talk. There are a lot of talk and no I don't know the expression, no action or whatever.
I agree. Not reading the articles, not going to the websites would actually be actions that would help the problem, stop the problem.
Yeah, but a lot of people are gonna be.
They're gonna, they're just gonna do their hashtag campaign, which is.
Oh yeah. We
which
didn't
is-
even talk about that. The shield whatever.
Oh, not your shield and Gamergate. Yeah, we talked about that all the way through.
No, we didn't. We never mentioned
Not your
Not
shield.
shield.
Well, not your
even
shield is
once.
the same, basically the same
No,
thing,
no, that
except
was
that
different.
they were saying, "I'm not your shield. Don't do this."
Yeah, that was dumb. I was so confused by whose shield are they not? Like who?
Yeah, counter
Oh, well-
hashtags always happen to try to stop the momentum. That's nothing new.
Well, it's basically the minority people and the gaming
The
community
coloreds.
saying, "Hey, we're not agreeing with you either. So stop using us as an excuse to be a bigot
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we're not bigots and they're not bigots."
Yeah. That's what that thing was. Yeah. My final thoughts.
Yes.
Okay. My
Oh,
final
jeez.
thoughts.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh jeez. I'll start with the journalistic side first. Games journalists. Times are changing. I understand times are changing. You're trying to survive. YouTube's around. Streaming's around. There's a lot of other ways to get information now. And I know you want to still be relevant. I think you need to just change with the times. You need to be about the consumer first. Disclosure is important. Deciding how much disclosure should be necessary will come with time. And that maybe you should be more personality driven at this point. Because, look at Giant Bomb. They're very successful. They're still very well respected, and people actually trust them. Even though they have Once in a while, they get hate stormed because they hired Dan Riker, and then there was a lot of people complaining they didn't hire a woman. But whatever. Like, once in a while, that happens. That's what you need to do, games journalism. That's what you need to do. Please be journalists. Realize times are changing. You cannot keep doing this. And gamers are not all misogynistic. I truly do not believe there is oppression of women or men in gaming. I truly do not. It goes back. Yeah, or even oppression of transsexuals. I don't even believe that's happening either. I want to finish.
Should be transsexuals.
Okay, that'd be cool. All game journalists should be transsexuals. That'd be cool.
It would be fair for everyone.
Yeah. You know, I truly believe. I do not believe that is going on. I do not. I truly don't. It goes back to the argument that there's violence. There's too much violence causes people to be more violent in gaming. It's the same thing. There's the supposed sexism in gaming is not causing people to oppress or sexualize women, and I don't feel there's oppression in those games. I feel that there is just male. Even though people throw out the statistic that 45% of gamers now are women, but a lot of that comes from mobile. That comes from Candy Crush, and it came at...
That comes when people's moms play.
Yeah, and actually when that statistic was being done...
Yeah,
when that statistic was actually being formed and, gathered the information, that was the time when Farmville was at its... When Farmville was at its highest. Yeah. So that is true that there are more women gamer now, but, it's still predominantly a male-dominated market when it comes to AAA, console, and PC markets, which are, debatably, are still the biggest markets. Yes, mobile has seen a giant increase over the past couple of years, and it's a market that you could debate is viable or not, whether it's gaming or not. That's a whole other discussion.
Oh, I got another final word after your final word.
Okay. So journalists, I don't believe that's going on. So I understand you want to have these discussions. Have these discussions, but make them discussions. Have a discussion on character design in gaming, not why are women so naked in games. Like, when you do names like that and you go into your article and your discussion with that mindset immediately, not being objective as possible, that is a problem. So you need to change that, game journalism. That just needs to happen. For us gamers, you know what? I don't think that we are bad people. And I understand that we get upset, but we also should not be attacking people. Like, putting people in the box of social justice warriors or saying that, well, they have too much of an agenda. That's a problem also. We need to just be skeptical of everything. Yes, Patrick Klepek, he definitely comes off as someone who, he wants to talk about certain issues over what is actually the product and what is the actual discussion going on. But you know what? He's not a social justice warrior that is trying to take over the world and trying to show that women are being oppressed all the time. He's just saying that these are discussions that need to be had. So please, gamers, just be skeptical. You don't need to be hating each other, because at the end of the day, they're using the hate to shield themselves. They're saying, look,
I'm not your shield.
Yeah, they're using the hate to shield themselves. That's where all these articles came out with. So gamers, just be skeptical. You should always be skeptical in everything. That's how it is. And so don't I feel, here's the thing. Adam Sessler, there's definitely corruption going on, and Adam Sessler was in a bar with Zoe Quinn, but to fucking say that his gaming opinion is no longer credible because he was hanging out with Zoe Quinn in a bar. Yeah, I agree. That's a conflict of interest, and he's a PR thing, and he's a games. He actually started a game advisory company. Yeah, and I definitely agree that would sway his opinion in the future, what games he recommends and how he tells investors to invest. So just be skeptical. Everyone should just be skeptical all the time. I just don't feel things are as bad as people think they are when it comes to oppression in gaming. It's just not happening. It's people. No.
Yeah.
And if you just be skeptical and things need to change, embrace the Total Biscuits of the world. Embrace Giant Bomb, because they are trying really
60
hard.
frames per second.
Embrace those things, and don't be so fucking to judge people immediately. I'm even gonna defend Zoe Quinn here.
What?
She can have fucking sex with 5 guys. That's no fucking problem. Just be fucking skeptical. Just be skeptical about what she does and stuff. I agree. I don't like Zoe Quinn. I don't like her at all. But fucking guys, don't make that the issue. It was never the issue, and I feel like people just focus on that far too much.
No, it wasn't the issue. The issue was that she subbed with the 5 guys who promoted her terrible game.
Yeah.
That was the main issue.
Yeah. Well, supposedly, it definitely probably gave her some favorable stuff. I agree. But in terms of actual review stuff, it didn't help her. But that doesn't matter. There's other ways it could have helped her. So that's just honestly my final thought. Games journalism is kind of a dying thing, and they need to adjust for the times and put the consumer first. Somewhere along the line, they lost that mentality, the consumer first. And I understand they don't want to do product reviews anymore. They want to have actual discussions.
That's what games are, products.
Yeah, they should still do that. And I understand having these valid discussions.
They
are there.
Products.
Let's have them, but let's not hate each other, and let's not put people in boxes, and let's try to be objective and ask the right questions, and not I'm saying having agenda is bad, but have it going into a way trying to get the story you want out of it. Let's not have confirmation bias in certain things. Like that's my old thought of it. Times are changing. Let's embrace the giant bombs in the new way. There's just a new way to go about doing it. I think personalities are just the way to drive it through. And Eli, you said you had more.
Yeah, for like how there's always like, how are we gonna advertise games for the female audience? You know what they should just do is when the ads on TV, like for Mass Effect or something, you can play as a female character. But instead of showing it with a male character, make a commercial with a female character. in
Yeah,
it
that's
as
where I
well.
disagree.
Why? And no, but don't.
Just making someone female is not a thing.
no,
Here's
no,
the
yeah,
thing.
it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
No, no,
And-
no, no.
Yes,
Go
it
on,
is.
go
No,
on.
no, no,
Matt,
Go on,
no,
go on.
You're
Go
out
on,
of
go ahead.
control, Matt. You're
Go
out
ahead,
of
go
line.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Say your point first, and then I'll
yeah.
say mine.
And then you don't need to show it like you can probably do half and half versions of the ad for like main channels, but like for women channels like Oxygen and Lifetime and the Oprah network, you can show the woman version of the video game ad. It'll be cool, and then they'll be like, "Whoa, this is an actually interesting ad that's not about makeup on one of these channels." You know, for one thing. But people that like sometimes Law and Order is on like Oxygen or Lifetime or one of those, and you watch like Criminal Intent because I like that show. But then you got to sit through these terrible commercials that are just for women, like yogurt ads and eyeshadow ads. It would be cool to see a video game ad on there, you know. And
Would
I
be.
think
You know, yeah,
some
you
women
got
like
a
that.
really good point. You don't be,
Thank
go
you.
ahead. I've got something to add to you,
No, yeah.
to you when you're done.
Yeah, I think I'm done.
Really
Oh,
quickly
okay.
for that. Yeah, okay, you're saying that just advertising games on women channels would be better? to
Yeah,
help?
with the woman character in it because it's an option in the game.
Okay, that's not what I thought you were talking about.
Oh, okay.
That's not what I thought you were talking
Oh,
about.
or you could, advertise like a really good advertisement for like one of the Dragon Age games would have been just to show like some of the romance bits.
The romance.
with-
yeah.
Yeah, with the
Edit it like
female
that.
warden
And yeah, I mean, like, if you really want, because a lot of games anymore, they have a lot of diversity and there's marriage and there's things like that. I mean, you could definitely show, like, more of the female-geared things, like the cheesy dialogue and the romance dialogue with some of
Because
the
they
characters.
actually do
you
like
marry.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that is peak women interest.
Yeah, yeah.
Right there, and I can promise you as a female that is what will get our attention
Yeah.
and make us interested and like things most.
Yeah, it's probably
Whoa,
not that hard
whoa.
to do either. Oh, sorry, did I get
It's
loud?
really
Yeah.
not.
Yeah,
No,
do
we
that.
will fall for anything if it has a sexy man
A
saying,
sexy
"Hey,
man
baby."
with 5 o'clock shadow.
I
and a
definitely
tie.
agree. To get the old traditional style games, to get more women to those, that's fine. But I think in the future, if we really want more women in the gaming scene, honestly, let's developers step up. Like if you're I'll say this, Zoe Quinn, step up. If you think there's not enough games that cater to the female demographic, then make the games that cater to women's
Yeah,
demographic.
not this
That's what I think
They
you need to do.
won't, though.
I kind of
They
agree
won't.
with you. Yeah, we should try advertising the older games a little bit more for more diversity. But at the end of the day, those games are still designed to go for a male demographic. So definitely try it. It's worth doing.
Would-
But I think at this
I
point,
would
it just seems
argue
need.
some of them aren't. But
If people that are complaining, like that's my final thought on this, to get more women in gaming. People that are complaining that there's not enough women in games. I mean, playing games, or there's not enough like games for women, then step up and make them. Because you know
Step
what?
up.
Activision, they're going to go with their tried and true methods. They're going to stick with the tropes. They're going to try to make the game that will sell the most to the demographic they want to sell to.
Yeah.
So just step up and make them. I totally agree. Because the thing I was saying earlier to you, because I thought you were saying earlier that you should just take game characters and then turn them women. That's what I thought you were trying to say earlier. I didn't know you were actually talking about advertisements.
that doesn't
Yeah.
work.
No, you can't just taking Nathan Drake and making a woman doesn't do anything. You need to make a character and a story that's designed to appeal to women, not. It
That was
doesn't.
the
The
whole-
gender at the end of the day. See, this is what a lot of people think. Like people think, let's make a transgender character in game. No, that doesn't do anything. It comes down to you have to have a story that's interesting to women. The gender does not matter at the end of the day. There are people who like the story of like you honestly could do Uncharted. It could have been a woman and it wouldn't have fucking mattered. Yeah, and it
No,
made
it really wouldn't have. It's still
Yeah.
an action, you know.
the gender actually
Right.
doesn't matter at the end of the day. You need to make a story and
Yeah,
a
people
gameplay
more,
that caters to women. That's what it comes down to. Not that make the main character a fucking woman. Like Beyond Good and Evil is cool and all, but that was just a good game. That's why it was good, not because the woman was a female, because the woman was a main character. You know,
Lara Croft.
Lara Croft. Honestly, you know what? I'm on the bandwagon that Lara Croft was a good character. It was a powerful, sexy woman. She. Why can't you be sexy and be badass? Like people are very against that for some reason, and I have no idea why.
I don't know.
Bayonetta?
Yeah, like Anita's
Yo,
pretty
Bayonetta
evil
too.
and
Yeah, she's sexy and
Yeah,
bad
Bayonetta.
fucking ass, and she is like Japanese badass. That is a crazy Japanese
Jeez.
game.
So our voice is
Yeah, I
really
cannot
quiet.
wait for that one.
Whatever. Oh, did you cut out?
No, I thought she was saying something.
Oh, sorry. No, I was agreeing with you, saying it. Yeah, that's one that I was really excited
Yep.
to see.
Yep, and that's my final thoughts on that, and journalism, and that's my final thoughts on how we get more women in gaming. That's the only thing. That's honestly the only thing you can do. You have to make games that are catered to women. Now, I don't know what that is. Developers, do research, figure it out.
Well,
Some people
honestly,
say it's like that fucking like you could go with traditional stuff, make makeup games, but at the end of the day, that's not really.
Yeah, it's not really.
That's
good.
not really
No,
substance. That's not really
honestly, though-
substance. That's gonna work on like 3-year-olds, not fucking.
Yeah. It's
females
for under 10
feel
year olds.
like games that are not really commercial worthy half the time, like Harvest Moon, Moon Factory, and
You like more
Cool.
simulation.
Anyways, that's a
like
discussion
games.
for a whole nother day. I think we had our
Yeah.
journalistic talk
Sure was
discussion.
terrible.
Oh, yeah,
We're like the
sorry.
worst at final
we're getting off
words.
topic.
Yeah, I know. We got into 2 more discussions after we were done.
Yeah.
So that's our discussion on games journalism talk. And you know what,
Enjoyed.
guys? Like I said, just be skeptical on everything. Look at us. Why are we talking about this? You know why we're talking about this? Because it's a hot topic. That's
Hot
why we're talking
topic.
about it. And I am passionate about it, and I wanted to talk.
Is that-
Actually, it's kind of bad that I'm passionate about it because
we're very passionate.
you know it just sucks. You know, it's just when gaming's the one thing I've had in life. Like, because life is shitty. There's people that are trying to screw you all over. There are people trying to push their ideals on you. People trying to get rich off you.
People trying to
There's
screw
like
you
real
and not
life
in
is
the good
shitty.
way.
And the one hobby, it doesn't even matter what hobby is. My hobby happens to be game. But if you're one hobby you have that keeps you sane and it lets you enjoy life, allows you to
Collecting
socialize
stamps.
and meet people and meet awesome people, and you're telling me that it makes me misogynistic and makes me a horrible
Yeah, it's not
person,
very
like
nice.
I get a little defensive. You know, that's
Yeah.
why that's why the whole hashtag thing happened.
Yes.
Yes, and that's gonna be our show, I think.
Okay.
Again, yeah, we're really bad at ending.
Yeah, we are.
We're really
It's
bad.
Oh well.
Yeah, so that's been our show.
an hour ago.
I want to thank Elias for joining us.
Yeah, you're welcome. Goodbye, everybody.
Yes, and we have Elena via Skype. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, no problem.
You made it count. You made it to the right show. We
Yeah.
needed that female perspective.
Oh,
Probably.
good.
It's a good
I
thing we didn't
really
have
wanted to
Rob.
make it to this one.
Yeah.
Blazing Buffalo, not Blazing Buffalo. Wait, yeah, Blazing
Buffalo.
Buffalo. He would have been a terrible perspective.
Oh, you're saying it on the show. You're so mean.
No, it's true. He would have been.
No,
the
I
worst
think
person.
his views are
You
very
think
valid
that-
as
you
well.
think?
Yeah, I do. I do.
I just like no.
No, I do. I do.
No, I mean like sometimes, but also they're really like harsh and they wouldn't.
Well,
be
yeah,
good.
it's his opinion.
Anyways,
You
more
don't agree
discussions.
with it. That's
Yeah.
fine. I don't necessarily agree with it either. But
Yeah.
speaking of that, it's funny. Yeah, it looks like Blazing Buffalo. Last minute announcement. Blazing Buffalo. It looks like he will be stepping down from the show now because I was talking to him
What?
today. He's got to look for a new job now and stuff like that. Like he's going through a little hard time. So I assume by extension, motherfucking Mike Chuck won't be coming because he hasn't come in forever. So hopefully they will be missed. They are always welcome to come back as
Yes.
guest hosts, but they are going to be gone for a while now. And I do appreciate their time on here. Really do appreciate it. They will be missed so heavily.
I will remember.
For you,
And
I
that's-
will remember you. So they will be missed. But that will be our show. Like I said, this has been episode 122. And we are out. See you all next week. Hopefully we didn't make too many haters from doing the show.
Yeah.
And nobody hates us.
Don't
Okay.
DDoS us.
Yeah, so yeah.
Bye.
See you all later. Peace out.